Military veteran.
You got it.
To navigate your caregiving journey.
No problem, anytime.
For your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD2 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music. Free never sounded so good.
The D-backs will see Clayton Kershaw on the hill for the Dodgers in Game 1 of their National League Division Series on Saturday. Arizona has yet to name a starter. The Coyotes face the Ducks tonight and Saturday to wrap up the preseason. With just 8 days to go until the October 13th season opener against the New Jersey Devils, Valley
Yes,
Sports
sir.
Arizona is looking to get out of its Coyotes broadcast contract per a filing in a Texas bankruptcy court. And the Cardinals are signing running back Damian Williams to the practice squad after Keontae Ingram didn't take part in yesterday's practice because of a neck issue. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Now your chance to win $1,000. Just enter the nationwide keyword dollar at foxsports910.com. That's dollar at foxsports910.com.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
We continue to warm up as we
All right, coming up in 30.
Today, look for temperatures right around 99 degrees. Plenty of sunshine out there. And then for tonight, mostly clear skies with those overnight lows dipping into the low 70s. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by eBay Motors. eBay Motors is here for the ride with the parts you need for the prices you want. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, it's guaranteed to fit your ride the first time, every time, or your money back. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing and is powered by the injury attorneys Lerner and Rowe. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call. That's all. 602-977-1900.
You guys are hot.
Always online at lernerandrowe.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. on Fox Sports 910.
Hey, everybody, we say good afternoon to you. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910, 99.9 FM HD2, also on the iHeartRadio app. Jax is with us today as we are streaming, and also Connor holding down the fort back at the iHeartRadio studios as we broadcast live today from Twin Peaks here in Glendale. I'm excited.
I am too. What a excitement it was trying to get out here today, Jimmy. So, folks, let's give you just a Detour Dan heads up here real quick. Thank God Jimmy B does leave early occasionally.
Once in a while.
Gave me a heads up. Said, hey, Manuch, there's a huge wreck.
Yes.
Coming off the Maricopa 202, and that's coming off the backside of Ahwatukee, coming down to the 10, and then coming out here to Glendale. So Jimmy says, Manuch, you better find a detour.
Yeah.
I'm stuck.
I was.
He said, I'll get there when I get there. So, lo and behold, if you are coming, I'd say from the 10 west, just heads up. You're going to have some traffic backed up. What was it? A semi was in a wreck?
It's a semi that, was just totally demolished. And
what was the cargo?
It was carrying bricks, and the bricks were all over the highway. And so they really have a real problem trying to get everything cleaned
I would
up.
say.
So the 3 right lanes on the 10 were all shut down. Fortunately, I made it out to the HOV lane, and I kind of skated by. And then once I got past the accident, getting to the 101 and heading to Glendale.
Well, thank you, Detour Jimmy B. Heads up, folks. If you're coming out this way to see Roc and Manuch and Jimmy B with Jax at the Twin Peaks in Glendale, just heads up, detour like the 51 like I did, or go north on any of the avenues and go to Glendale and go due west. There we are, right there for your entertainment only.
All right, let's go.
Time for the top local and national stories of the hour. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona. Bet big on your favorite teams and players in an environment that's as exciting as the game you're watching. There's no better place in the Valley to get in on the action. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar. Now, guys, what's your top story this hour?
Well, I think it's pretty simple to figure out that the Arizona Diamondbacks have advanced to the next round of the National League playoffs. That's correct. The divisional series as they beat the Brewers 5-2 last night. They took 2 straight games from the Brew Crew in Milwaukee. Zach Gallen started out shaky. The Brew Crew got 2 runs on him right away and then settled down over the next 6 innings. Alec Thomas, and you're going, who? Yeah, the center fielder, Alec Thomas, hit a home run in that game. And so they advance, and they are on their way to Los Angeles to begin a series with the Dodgers.
And once again, Jimmy, as you mentioned, Zach Gallen started off a little shaky, settled down, and pretty much would he only give up the 2 runs? That was it.
Yes.
And I think the one thing I could appreciate, I think that this staff could appreciate, is he went 6 full innings. We talked about that yesterday. We needed Zach Gallen to go at least 6 if he could, to save some of those arms or give some of those arms a break as if they need them in a kind of a winner-take-all situation. But then you get 3 innings of solid bullpen play once again. Now, Ginkel didn't have the sprinkle, if you will. Gave up the 3 hits in his, what do you have, 1 out. That was it.
That was it.
But, they held serve.
Yeah.
Again.
They were able to get out of
after,
that
after giving up the 2 runs, that was pretty much up. They give up no runs, and they get the 3 hits. And, again, I got to tell you what. This bullpen, if there's a bullpen in Major League Baseball, we talked about the Brewers bullpen per se, how good they were. They have stood the task. And I got to tell you what, to get those 4 runs, basically those insurance runs in the top of the 6th inning and have the bullpen shut down this Brewers bats. If you'd have said that 2 weeks after the All-Star break, I'd have said that you're smoking something.
Yeah.
That if we came here on October 5th, that the Diamondbacks would be going to the National League Divisional Series against the Dodgers, and that the bullpen was, quote unquote, the saving grace for this Diamondbacks team. And I said, you have got to put the ganja pipe down, because that is not happening. But they righted the ship, and even with your catcher going out, getting banged in the back of the head with a bat.
That was, that happens now more often than not. And one of the reasons is because a lot of hitters now, instead of hanging onto the bat with both hands, once they get through, it ends up just in one hand. And when it swings around, it hits the catcher in the head.
Well, and you got to give Herrera, who is ready. And I think that when you listen to Torey Lovello afterwards, he said, hey, look, guys, if guys go down, be ready to go. He mentioned that to him before they got on the flight to come to Milwaukee. You go to Milwaukee to say, all right, all hands on deck. Herrera comes in, handles the pitching staff extremely well. But I think what you miss in Moreno is the bat. But Moreno will be available for Game 1 on Saturday.
Hey, that brings us then to our State 48 Roofing It's Your Call question of the day. And for a free quote, repair, or installation, just head to state48roofing.com. You can also follow them on social media by searching #sexy roof status. Here's the question. Who was the MVP of the Diamondbacks Wild Card Series with the Brewers? You have 3 options, because that's as far as Manuch can count. 1, Corbin Carroll. 2, Christian Walker. 3, the bullpen. Manuch, for me, it was definitely the bullpen.
Yeah, I voted the same way. I mean, I had Jax. I had our good buddy Zach Gallen on there as well too. Why'd you leave Zach?
No, there's only 3 options. That's what it was on the Twitter poll as well. There was only 3 options.
Okay, I had Zach Gallen on there. Well, the one I had.
You sent me a photo this morning with 3 options.
There you go.
You sure? You sure about that? You double check.
3 options.
I'm going to check my photo that I sent you. I thought I had Zach Gallen on there as well too. Anyways, all that being said, I would have voted for the bullpen no matter what.
Okay,
I think that I don't think they gave up a run in this 2-game series.
Correct.
At all.
You are correct.
And that's the thing you take a look at when you stop and go, okay, hey, if this bullpen can hold serve, especially after the Scrupulopolis scenario we saw with Font the first game, and they hold serve for so long, that was good to see them, and hopefully they can carry that over. Day off and get ready to go against the Dodgers. Clayton Kershaw
on the mound
on the
for
bump.
L.A. Yep, it's going to be a lot of fun. And once again, remember, this last series was best of 3. Now it expands to best of 5. So you got a little breathing room if you don't do well in Game 1. The Phoenix Suns have a new streaming package, and this is going to be great if you are a Suns fan, which Manuch is. It's exclusive to Arizona residents. It's called Suns Live, and it is a direct-to-consumer streaming platform. It'll feature 70 regular season games and all 5 preseason games. And here's your options. You can purchase it for the year, or you can just purchase monthly if that's the way you feel about it.
Hey, the expansion of the Suns,
Yes.
and hopefully, I think what the Suns are doing, they're taking advantage of hopefully we all feel this team's going to go, so you can watch them anywhere at any time, at any place.
Yes.
And aside from being on Channel 3 and Channel 5, normal regular TV, which is also that blessing in disguise, if you will, since Bally is no longer as far as carrying their games or the Diamondbacks. I think that's another one of those scenarios where if you're not home and you can't find it, pull up the streaming service.
Yep.
And hopefully this Suns team can win it all. 55 years later, Jimmy.
I know.
I hope they can finally win it all before they put me 6 feet under the ground. Well, that'd be to about 105, but I mean, it's still 50 more years that they can finally win one, right?
Well, they're going for it. I mean, there's just no absolute doubt about it that new owner Matt Ishbia is got his fingers in everything, and he has decided that this is the year. And you have now a healthy Kevin Durant.
3 minutes.
You have a healthy Bradley Beal and a healthy Devin Booker. And so with those 3 guys, look, you can light it up any night. Those 3 guys could all go off for 25 every night or even 30 every night.
A couple things, and I think to have the depth to back up some of those guys who seem to have a hard time, finishing the season, which in the NBA seems like a lot of the superstars do, and that's with the grueling season. But I haven't really seen or heard anybody pounding the table for DeAndre Ayton getting traded to Portland. Have you? I haven't seen anybody go, oh, that's a bad move. There was like, there's a couple that I think I heard Roc from Italy say, well, don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out. I could have sworn I heard him say that.
Probably.
But you know what I'm saying, Jimmy? There was nobody that
no backlash.
No backlash. Nobody bemoaned the fact that they were pretty much saying, hey, look, it's a bad move.
Right.
They're going to miss out. I didn't see one
2 minutes.
person. Now, you did see that the Suns were not going to make the move unless they got the right pieces.
Correct.
I could see that. Mm-hmm. But otherwise, I think they breathed a sigh of relief that Portland and Miami and these teams were able to go ahead and make some moves. Milwaukee, to make some moves in order to, as DeAndre said, cater to his needs of wanting to move on. And on top of that, cater to the Suns' needs, what I feel they need to win it all.
Manuch, I'm really excited about the upcoming NBA season. This will give you an indication. This morning, a little after 9 a.m., you know what was on NBA TV? Dallas Mavericks are playing a game against the Minnesota Timberwolves, the first NBA exhibition game in Abu Dhabi. So I was watching some of
You're
that.
You're jonesing
game.
already, Jimmy?
I'm jonesing for the hardwood and the round ball.
Well, the Suns got their first preseason game Sunday.
Detroit.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting that it's back in Detroit with Matt Ishbia's hometown.
Monty Williams,
Matt Ishbia, connect the dots. It'll be fun.
Yes,
for the Suns to go back there. But I'm just ready for them to see. Okay, guys, Matt Ishbia has come in. He's the knight on the white horse coming in to save the franchise, get it to a championship. Hopefully, some 55 years later. Let's try to do as many right things as we can and not worry about the money, not worry about this, not worry about feelings about all this other stuff. Yeah. And to put the onus on the leadership of these veterans he has on this team to say, look, guys, here's where I want to go. Are you in? And they're like, hell yeah, we're in.
Yeah,
we want to win it all. And I think that's the breath of fresh air for Suns fans like me that understand that, hey, it's about damn time you're going down this road.
Well, I liked it when he came out and said, look, I'm in it to win it, and I don't worry about the money because I'll make money down the road. That's exactly how he phrased it. Hey, top headlines are always powered by the CAZ Sportsbook at Casino Arizona. By the way, don't forget to join us at Casino Arizona this coming Monday night. It is the Monday night tailgate. It's always a great time. We give away free cash. That's right. And, of course, with the sports book right there, you can make your wagers on the game. It's this coming Monday night at the CAZ Sports Bar, the CAZ Sports Book, all at Casino Arizona. When we come back, it's our Valley Chevy Sounds of the Night. It's next, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, 910.
Tomorrow on the drive,
Clear.
if the Arizona Cardinals can beat the Cincinnati Bengals on Sunday, are we starting to talk wild card plus a full D-backs Dodgers preview? 6:05 on the drive, Fox Sports 910 and your free iHeartRadio app.
It's Chevy truck season, and with a Chevy Silverado, there's no such thing as an uphill battle. With a Chevy Silverado, you can take on the mountains, or you can move them. Because with impressive towing capability, an available 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen, and the choice of powerful engines to pick from, whatever your mountain, there's a Silverado with the capability you need. See your Valley Chevy dealers.
Tune in Mondays from 1 to 4 as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcasts live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is sports fans' paradise. That's the Guys, live every Monday from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Choosing the right lawyer after a car wreck is important. You need to consider the law firm's experience, results, and reputation. Lerner Rowe stands above other law firms when it comes to experience and results, helping over 150,000 people recover billions of dollars for their injuries. When it comes to reputation, we have thousands of 5-star reviews, and year after year, we have been voted best personal injury law firm in Arizona. Call us today and let us put our experience, proven results, and reputation to work for you.
Lerner Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Any car dealer in Arizona can compete on price. That's what dealers do, but not many dealers can compete on customer satisfaction. Like Wright Toyota. Make the right choice. Wright Toyota in Scottsdale, just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard, and online at wrighttoyota.com.
Football on Monday nights continue this season live from the Sportsbook in CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona with Roc, Manuch, Jimmy B, and the rest of the Fox Sports 910 team. Win your share of the cash prizes through our Progressive Kickoff Jackpot Contest, Quarters Squares, Football Bingo, and Propositions Contests. It's year 23. Doors open at 3. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B's Monday Night Tailgate Party at Casino, Arizona.
Not only does my friend Wayne from Plum Smart.
All right, coming back in 1 minute with Chevy Sounds of the Night with the Twin Peaks Glendale Sounder.
He's also giving you the best referral plan ever. For every person you refer to Plum Smart, you can earn 5% of whatever they spend as a credit on your account. You can build up credits over time and use them whenever you want. And the best part, this applies to all future services they get. Go to itsjustplumsmart.com. That's itsjustplumsmart.com because plumbers and AC guys charge too much.
If you're like me, hair isn't just hair because hair is confidence. Hair is identity. Hair is everything. And I love that I can find beauty steals of 50% off my hair care must-haves like Lola V and Color Wow. Amazing deals on shampoo and conditioner pairs from Redken and Living Proof, and new product launches from my favorite brands like Dyson and Way, all at Ulta Beauty's gorgeous hair event, happening now until October 21st. So hurry, shop in store, online, or try pickup today. Ulta Beauty, the possibilities are beautiful. Conditions may apply.
It's Thursday, and the guys are live at Twin Peaks Glendale, located at 95th Avenue.
You guys are hot.
All right, everybody, welcome back in. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, hanging out Twin Peaks, Glendale. We'll get to the sounds of the night in just a moment, but we wanted to pass this along to you. We just talked about what the Phoenix Suns had done with their television streaming package. The Arizona Coyotes have entered into a partnership with Scripps Sports, and they have formed a multi-year partnership agreement. The games can be seen on ABC 15 Arizona on channel 15.2, the Antenna TV network, and also channel 95 on Cox. It's also available in Tucson on KGUN TV 9.2, Cox channel 85, and Comcast channel 1179. That's 1179.
Yeah, good for them. I mean, to step up, and I mean, you wondered after the Yotes, after the demise of Bally's,
yes,
and where they were going to go. The Suns are all set to go with Channel 3 and Channel 5. as are the D-backs. It sounds as if they'll follow course. And for Channel 15 to step up and Scripps to make that commitment for all of the local folks and not have to go to the cable side. So you get the local TV covering those Yotes who hopefully have a much improved season from last year.
Okay, now let us get then to our Chevy Sounds of the night. And, of course, it's going to be an awful lot about the game last night. Arizona 5, Milwaukee 2. D-backs sweep the series and are now in Los Angeles as they have a date with the Dodgers. All right, so down 2-0, top of the 5th inning, and a guy who's really been struggling at the plate, Alec Thomas. He gets it going. Thank you to ESPN.
That ended up being an infield hit. This one hit the air right field. This one back. And Taylor isn't able to get it, and that one is gone. Just got over the fence, and Alec Thomas pulls one over the wall. The first hit of the game for the Diamondbacks, and it leaves the park. And Arizona within 1.
So what did that Gurriel at bat mean? Maybe something to say, all right, he made him work, and now he gets this change up right down the heart.
Made him work. Gets the first hit going into the 5th inning, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Anyway, Alec Thomas. Damn. Maybe this is a sign to come. I
hope so.
I think he was 0 for the month.
He has been.
The kid's an outstanding player. Fielder, got a great arm. It's just a matter of him getting some at-bats. But I think that what Torey Lovello is doing is trusting some of these guys to say, look, go play your game. We want to play you. It's not about experience. It's about winning. And have that trust and to basically have that bullpen in there, shutting guys down, have Zach Gallen kind of find his sea legs or his land legs there and hold serve. Was kind of a catalyst, I felt, leading into the next inning.
All right, so in the 6th, Ketel Marte, who has been on a little bit of a hot streak, he's at the plate. Thank you to ESPN.
The Diamondbacks with a great opportunity. 2nd and 3rd, nobody out. And Ketel Marte scheduled to hit. Up the middle, base hit. Perdomo is in. Carroll coming home. Frelick's throw is too late. Into second goes Marte, and the Diamondbacks have taken the lead. It is 3-2 Arizona.
We know Marte, he laid off a tough changeup. Peralta had to come in with the fastball, and he jumped all over it.
So then we continue on in the batting order, and Lourdes Gurriel is coming to the plate as well. Diamondbacks looking for some insurance runs. Guess what? Here it comes. Thank you to ESPN.
Infield in. Arizona has scored 3 times. In the air, out towards shallow left field, and it'll fall for a hit. In to score is Walker. Stopping at 3rd is Herrera. It's an RBI single, and it is 5-2 Diamondbacks.
Gurriel is really good at staying in the zone with his swing. And he just gets jammed, but the jam created the weak contact.
That's what happens. You get jammed like that, and you hit it off kind of the handle area, and there's nothing on the ball. But if you get it over the infielders' heads, it's going to drop in for a soft little base hit, and it produced a run as well. And then the bullpen, once again, they were not scored on in 2 games. The Arizona Diamondbacks bullpen. I never thought that I would be saying that. Paul Sewald in to close it out. Thank you to ESPN.
Here it comes. Swing and a miss, and that's it. The Arizona Diamondbacks advance to the division series as they knock off the Brewers. Paul Sewald closes it out, and the Diamondbacks come into Milwaukee and win 2 straight. And now Arizona will move on and take on the Dodgers.
Jimmy, I went, wait a second. They just won.
Yeah.
Sewald came in and shut the door down on him.
He did.
And it was interesting because it was like they kind of sort of wanted to celebrate, but then they're like, well, this is the wild card series. You saw the guys kind of walking out there like, hey, great. And Sewald's like, yeah. I mean, I'd be jacked up too, but they did a lot of celebrating in that locker room with the champagne and brewskis were flowing.
Rightfully so.
But it was just funny to watch the guys. They came out and they did, okay, all right, we won, but we want to over-celebrate here. And it was just funny to watch that. But Sewald coming in once again is solid, although he gave up the 1 hit.
Yeah.
You're like, okay. Come on, Seawald.
He closed
shut him
the
down.
door. Yep.
Nice slider on that last pitch to shut the door down.
So, as my esteemed colleague just referenced, it is the Dodgers who are next up now for the Snakes, and they will open up in Los Angeles. All right, NFL football this Sunday. The Cincinnati Bengals come to State Farm Stadium, and Joe Burrow has been a major topic of conversation. He has not looked
3
like
minutes.
Joe Cool in any of the games that we have seen so far. The reason, that calf injury. However, Burrow came out today and said it's the best that he has felt. So get ready. If you are the Arizona Cardinals, you're probably going to get a much better Joe Burrow. He also stated how important winning this game Sunday is for Cincinnati.
Does it feel like a must-win game to you guys in the locker room?
Yes.
Why is it a must-win? We have the same question.
It's a lot of different reasons. We got to go in and get a win on the road. We haven't had a road win yet. We've prided ourselves on the road. We're playing a really good football team, good defense, good scheme. We need it for our morale. We need it for the rankings. We need it for everything.
Yeah, they're 1-3. They got to win. I mean, you go to 1-4 in the National Football League, even though their division, really, you look at it, I think of Baltimore and them are truly bit. Pittsburgh struggling.
Yep.
Look at Cleveland struggling a little bit, whether Deshaun Watson comes back or not. But yeah, this is it. So a lot of us, I figure the Cardinals should win this game. But heads up, that's a pretty damn good team coming in from Cincinnati.
All right, let me just say this before I get to our next soundbite. Just shut the hell up, will you, about Taylor Swift? I don't care how many times they show her in a suite. It's part of the game.
It's called entertainment.
Oh, my God.
Jimmy, rumor has it the NFL's trying to get her to be the Super Bowl halftime show.
I know.
So that's why they're trying to, implement this everywhere and anywhere.
I know, but I'm so sick of people bitching because they're going, I don't want to see Taylor Swift anymore. You didn't miss any of the game whatsoever.
I thought they got picked Usher already for the halftime show.
I thought they
did, but future ones.
Future
ones. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're schmoozing her now to get her to commit.
100%.
Golly, just stop it. Cut it out. It's football. Travis Kelce, who, by the way, is hanging out with Taylor Swift, says, you know what? Just calm down about what Taylor and I are doing. Here it is.
Is the NFL overdoing it? What is your honest opinion?
I think everybody's just overwhelmed
your feelings
with
for Taylor. What is your honest opinion on how the NFL is treating celebrities at games?
I think it's fun when they show who all is at the game. I think it brings a little bit more to the atmosphere, brings a little bit more to what you're watching. But at the same time, I think
they're overdoing it.
They're overdoing it a little bit for sure, especially my situation.
Right.
I think they're just trying to have fun with it, and a lot of the people watching. Go ahead, let's hear it.
I just think the NFL is not used to celebrities coming to the games. Like basketball has it figured out. They're all courtside. They're sitting there. They show them once or twice, and then they get back to the game.
All right, so this is a big deal with him and her. I get it, but just shut up about, they're just showing her and they're not. They are showing the game.
Jimmy, they showed her 17 times.
I don't give a rat's. Did we miss anything? We never missed a play.
Let me tell you something.
Never missed a play.
You have a superstar in your building.
Damn straight.
You're going to show them as much as you can. Eyeballs. Look at all. Here's the thing, Jax. Look at all the people that aren't even interested in football that all of a sudden are dialed in on a National Football League game.
Correct.
And, oh, by the way, the Travis Kelce jersey, tell me if this doesn't matter. His is 400% from the people that were tuning in to that game. Where are you at, Jackson?
And it's funny because his brother Jason was the #1 selling jersey for females. So now it's Travis at 1, Jason at 2.
That is correct.
By the way, was that Jason's podcast there?
Yeah, so Jason and Travis have a podcast called New Heights.
Yeah.
Very funny.
It is funny. It's very entertaining.
I love it. Hey, yo, bro, what's up, man? What's going on? Hey, you know what? I'm just playing.
Yep.
It might be a little overboard, but I got to tell you what, all the Swifties have become Kansas City Chiefs fans. I think the Chiefs ownership, Travis Kelce, the National Football League loves it. Are you kidding me? Now, how much they'll show afterwards? I mean, look, they go to the Jets game the other day. They go to New York.
Yeah.
She's all over the place there.
That's all right.
They're gonna. Hey, the Swiftie fans. We're gonna have her at the next 95 games as long as Travis Kelce is still dating her from here on out. So just so you know, and Taylor, we'll give you a percentage of those jerseys sold by Travis Kelce. You just keep showing up. We love you.
I don't think she needs the money.
I don't either.
At any rate, hey, you Husker fans that are here in the Valley, you can watch all the games at the Arena Sports Grill in Scottsdale. It is indeed Nebraska and Illinois, 5 o'clock this coming Saturday. Get there early, get a good seat. It's the Arena Sports Grill, your home to watch Husker football. Well, the Devils have a game. Prime coach of Colorado. Oh, Manuch, you have outdone yourself.
Thank you.
Kickoff at 3:30. It's going to be hot. About 102 or 3 at kickoff. We're going to have a conversation. ASU assistant head coach, special teams coordinator, Charlie Regal is our guest, and he is presented by Crest Insurance Group. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Clear.
Here's what's trending on Fox
So,
Sports
Manuch,
910.
did you want a Chevy Plays of the Week instead of the Chevy Sounds of the Night?
LGS against the Dodgers after a backswing to the head caused
That was me, Connor.
Yesterday's game. Cardinals running back Keontae Ingram was seen in pads at today's open portion of practice. The team signed veteran rusher Damian Williams to the practice squad. The Coyotes face the Ducks tonight and Saturday to wrap up the preseason. The organization has struck
Chevy Sounds was the music underneath.
with Script Sports after Diamond Sports Group recently requested termination of their broadcast agreement. Games will air on ABC 15.
We do not have that. We have a Chevy Plays of the Week that we play on Mondays.
Season. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeart.
It says Chevy Plays of the Week.
At Wright Toyota, they'd like you to get to know them. Their goal is to make buying your next vehicle the kind of experience that earns your recommendation.
Okay, I'll play that next time. I have a Chevy Sounds of the Night and a Chevy Plays of the Week. So that's where my confusion's at.
Head to their interactive website at wrighttoyota.com. The right price, the right selection, all at wrighttoyota.com.
Okay, I'll do that next time.
The best in the game. Here, the scenic views stick around after the sun sets, and your favorite cocktails keep you company long after overtime. Where else can you unwind with bourbon and late-night bites? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Looking for the perfect destination to perfect your putting? Welcome to Putting World, the ultimate 18-hole indoor putting course designed to delight golf enthusiasts of all levels. Immerse yourself in the art of putting as you navigate our greens. Whether you're a seasoned golfer or a curious beginner, Putting World promises an unforgettable experience for everyone. Swing by today to elevate your golf game to new heights. Visit us at the Scottsdale Promenade or learn more at puttingworld.com.
Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona for Take the Points. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar.
All right, we got Charlie
Brown, the anti-lawyer lawyer. When it comes to your personal injury case, I'm straight to the point. I'll answer your call. No BS.
Yes, sir.
Heart failure, carpal tunnel syndrome, shortness of breath, stomach issues, lower back pain. How does it all add up? If you have heart failure and any of those seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, it's time to talk with your cardiologist and get the full picture. They may add up to transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy. ATTR-CM is a rare and underdiagnosed disease. Recognize the signs and discuss them with your doctor soon. Learn more at connectwithyourheart.com. That's connectwithyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Gillette Intimate gives guys a gentle and easy shave on there, and around there, and even under there. Don't treat your groin like junk. Respect it with Gillette Intimate, the best a man can get. Buy now at a retailer near you.
What makes a Mercedes-Benz EV different? Electric is what gets you there, but Mercedes is what moves you, like no other automaker can. The vehicle, all electric. The feeling, all Mercedes. The choice is all yours. Learn more at mbusa.com/EQ.
Let's talk Sun Devil football. Coach Charlie Regal now on Fox Sports 910 with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, courtesy of the Crest Insurance Group. Combine your home and auto for big savings today. Head to crestins.com.
You guys are hot.
Welcome back, everybody. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910. We're hanging out in Glendale at Twin Peaks today. We're going to be here till 4 o'clock. Now it's great pleasure. Charlie Regal is going to join us, ASU Assistant Head Coach Special Teams Coordinator, and he is presented by Crest Insurance Group. Crest Insurance Group offers personal, business, and specialty insurance solutions for clients across all markets. Just go to crestons.com. Charlie, Jimmy B, and Manuch, how are you today, pal?
Afternoon, fellas. How we doing?
We're doing wonderful. Let's start first with a quick recap of what took place at Cal from your viewpoint. You guys were in it all the way, just didn't win it.
Yeah, and I think, that was kind of what we expected going into it. I think we expected, two teams that have been playing pretty good defense, and we thought that it was going to be a close game, and it played out, staying there just like we thought it would. We felt like certainly we could, do some things offensively and in the special teams world. Again, there's this, you could probably go and point to 4 or 5 plays over the course of the game that if we could change this or change that, it probably changes the outcome. But, that's not the way the game is played. And, you got to tip your hat to them. At the end of the day, they made more plays than we did. And, they came out victorious. And that's where it's, probably for us, the frustrating piece. And certainly year one. But, we just don't, if we could just finish the little things, I think that we would have a couple more wins under our belt than we do right now. But we don't. And so we're on to Colorado, and here we go.
And Charlie, that's what I was going to ask you. I mean, you look at the USC game, you see the Cal game, you see a lot of good. And I know when you guys get on that grease board, the old grading system, the good, the bad, and I don't say the ugly, just the indifferent. Is the good as you guys progress through the season starting to even out with the bad, or is the bad more than the good? Or kind of give us an evaluation where this team is after the last 2 games from that standpoint of progressing through the year.
Well, I think if you go back one, Dan, and I think that's just it. I mean, you go back to Fresno State, and that kind of was an anomaly of what happened, the injuries and so forth, right? It's a terrible game. And then how we come out and the kids answered the bell and how they play against USC. And again, we're right there. It's a 1-score game, and we have our opportunities. And again, we don't go and close it. And I think we found ourselves in a very similar situation against Cal. And again, same scenario in the sense that we didn't finish the game. And I think, and I'm trying to be objective, but obviously I'm in this thing knee deep, right? But I think sometimes when you're where we're at and taking over the program and stealing the culture and doing the things that we're doing, some of the early signs or early situations are just that, inexperience, leadership, all of those things come into play where you need guys to step up and be able to close games out. But I think we've continued to get better each week. We just need to put it all together, all 3 phases, and finish the game.
And Charlie, I got to ask you in reference to, me, I'm a little old school in reference to, games and running games. What is the metric or philosophies per se on the 4th down scenarios? You guys were 2 for 5 on the 4th down attempts. What's going into that philosophy, that metric? And I know you'd probably want to have that one back in your own territory. What was that on the 31-yard line where you guys went for? But what is kind of for the fans to understand why so many teams, not only you guys, you see in the NFL, you see in other colleges, and that metric or philosophy is?
Well, I think the thing that you have to talk about there is plain and simple is this, we're going to be aggressive, you know what? And, we're at a 4th and 1 situation there on our own 31. And if we run the ball exactly where we're supposed to, we're going to pick up the yard. And, I get it. I certainly understand. I think it's, people can sit philosophically, you can go both ways on it. I certainly understand that. But, I think in those situations, you've got 4 downs to get a 1st down. And I think that, and you talk about Coach Dillingham's mentality. I think it depends game to game. We change on based on who we're playing. Where does that, 4th down situation come into play based on the team that we're playing and the things that we think that we can do there. Again, we didn't get it. At the end of the day, it's a bottom line business. You've got to convert. Was it there? Absolutely. I know that people are, well, you didn't get it. So it's frustrating for us, but that is the mentality. Hey, we want to be a little bit more aggressive. And if we can't get a yard or two at certain times, we're probably not going to win the game. Now, again, and on the flip side of that, we weren't punting the ball very well. A punter's going through some things and some injury stuff, and he's not hitting the ball very well. And so, there's a combination of things, I guess, Dan, to answer your question, but we certainly felt like we were going to be able to pick up that yard, and we just didn't get it.
Charlie Regal is our guest on the Wright Toyota guest line. All right, Coach, you talked about being aggressive. You guys are really going to have to be aggressive with the upcoming opponent. Their defense struggles, meaning the Colorado Buffaloes, but their offense puts up points in bunches. Could this game be the first one to 50 who wins?
Give or take.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I coaching on the defensive side of the ball, I sure as heck hope not. They do have some skill guys that really pop out to you. Their receivers and running backs, they can really run. I think that's the biggest difference that you see with this team in particular is that they've got a handful of guys that, man, if you let them get loose, that they're going to cause you problems. The quarterback has played well all year, and so we've got to be dialed in.
3 minutes.
Our details and our packages and execute at a very high level defensively, offensively. We feel like, hey, this is we're at a point in time where we're getting a little bit of continuity, in terms of consistent quarterback play and having guys play consistent snaps. Now, again, we faced some pretty tough injuries. Again, that's part of the game, but that certainly doesn't make it easier in year one when you're going through some of the injury stuff, real or not. I mean, in terms of the outcome of the game, but it's real for us and how you put a game plan together. And I'm a real big believer in consistency makes for, a great product. And it's hard to get that consistency in practice and the reps when you're having to, move guys around like chess pieces. But we feel like, hey, we've got enough in the arsenal that we really do think we can score some points this week. And we think it's going to be
2 minutes.
A very good game for us to come out and, put a great product on the field in front of a sold out crowd, which is going to be exciting.
Coach, I got to tell you, watching Trenton Bourget settle down in that game, that looked like the Trenton Bourget of last year. He was hitting some shots down the field, some crossing routes. He looked like he got his sea legs back up underneath him and really looked comfortable, and I was really pleased. I missed a couple here and there, but I was really pleased to see him, I think, get back into his groove in last week's game.
Well, and I think that's exactly right. But I think, that goes from he's had a little bit of experience under his belt. It's one thing to do it, and then, he doesn't start in the first couple games, and then how he gets in the third game, gets hurt. Start to build that consistency where now, hey, you know what? I feel comfortable. I'm starting to take those reps. I'm starting to see the game. It's slowing down for me. And I think, to your point, you're starting to see all of that. Yeah. And I think the more we can get him those reps and get him
1 minute, 1 minute.
Our offense is going to be. And I think we got a chance to, to put some points on the board and win some football games with him doing that.
About 1 minute left, Coach. Coach Prime, Deion Sanders for Colorado, during his news conference, he referenced Kenny Dillingham, and he talked about if he would have gotten the Florida State job, his first call was to Kenny Dillingham when he was the offensive coordinator at Oregon. And he said, hey, I have the greatest respect for Kenny Dillingham. This is going to be that's high praise, and that's why I find this game also so compelling, the respect between the two coaches.
Well, I think, first of all, maybe Coach Dillingham should walk out with a height chain and just get it going. I think it shows to Sun Devil fans and Sun Devil Nation, what we have in our head coach. I think that's what that says to me, is that here's the guy that's done a tremendous job there at Colorado and in such a quick amount of time. And obviously the environment that's been surrounded with CU football. And to say those things about our head coach shows just what we have in Coach Dillingham, and he knows, Coach Prime knows the mentality that Coach Dillingham has and what he's building and bringing to ASU football. And I think over the course of time, we're going to create that same environment and atmosphere here in Sun Devil Stadium. And I think it's going to be something that everybody's going to look forward to and be proud of it here in the next couple of years.
Sold out crowd at Sun Devil Stadium. It's going to be a lot of fun. It is the Devils and the Buffs. Thank you, Coach, as always.
Thanks, Coach.
Have a great day on Saturday.
Always a pleasure, fellas. Go Devils.
There you go. That is indeed Charlie Regal. He's presented by the Crest Insurance Group. Crest Insurance Group offering personal, business, and specialty insurance solutions for clients across all markets. Just go to Crestons.com. All right, when we come back, it's our Football 50 and our random, senseless, useless, did you know facts of the day, presented by your Valley Chevy dealers. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Clear.
This is The Odd Couple with Chris Broussard and Rob Parker.
I don't believe, and it's going to take me a while to believe in the Detroit Lions as a guy who covered the Lions. And the only thing that I think is weird when it comes to the Lions is people act like they've won 2 or 3 games forever. Like they've never won anything or they never had a good team. They had good teams.
With Chris Broussard and Rob Parker. Today at 4, tell your smart speaker to play Fox Sports 910.
Get ready for double the fun on the 101. Introducing the Salt River Rewards Program at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort, the Valley's newest and best. With multiple tiers and endless benefits, we've got something for everyone. Don't miss out on the excitement. Salt River Rewards, the Valley's premier player rewards program, now at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort. 2 properties, 1 amazing club, offering limitless fun on the 101. Discover the best in the Valley at saltriverrewards.com.
Got the urge to pick games each week? Thursday, Sunday, even Mondays? Then sign up now for the Twin Peaks Fan Pick'em, courtesy of Blue Moon and Coors Light. It's totally free to play. Head to fanpick'em.com. That's fanpick'em.com.
Over the years, Lerner Rowe has helped over 150,000 injured people recover billions of dollars for their injuries and over $1 billion in the last 5 years alone. What does that mean to you when you're looking for an attorney to handle your personal injury case? That means that Lerner Rowe is a law firm that not only has experience, but the proven results to recover money for your injuries. The insurance companies know which attorneys won't put up a fight. When you call us, we call them, and they know they have to pay.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
You got it. So coming up in a minute 30, I have the Twin Peaks Glendale liner with the football at 50.
The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona.
Sure thing.
Paradise. That's the guy. Slide.
Set me up for the football at 50 or for the
Casino, Arizona.
Hi.
Oh, for the sound. Yeah.
Pizzeria. We started in 1998 with our original store in Tempe. Fast forward to 2020.
Fair enough.
With 6 stores across the valley. We've had a lot of fun along the way, including our pizza eating challenge and our appearance on the show Breaking Bad. Thank you to our employees and customers for 25 fantastic years. We have never changed our core ingredients or recipes, and every pizza is made by hand. I'm a proud 1998 ASU alum and the official pizza partner of ASU Athletics. Learn more about our story at venezias.com.
Hi, I'm Martha Stewart, and I have a question for you. You know that unwelcome guest everyone wishes would just leave already? That's COVID-19. That's why I got a COVID shot this season, designed for recent variants. Got it?
Learn more and schedule this season's updated COVID-19 shot at vaccines.gov.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Bring smiles to all when shopping online with Dell Technologies Gift Guide. Whether it's for the artist, the entrepreneur, the student, or the streamer, you'll find the perfect gift for everyone on your list. Dell.com/gift guide makes gifting easy with a carefully curated selection of our best tech. Shop now to explore our innovative PCs like the XPS 13 laptop, powered by the latest Intel Core processors, plus this season's top accessories. Visit Dell.com/gift guide today to get a jump on your holiday gift list. That's Dell.com/gift guide.
It's Thursday, and the guys are live at Twin Peaks Glendale, located at 95th Avenue in Glendale.
Let's get ready for football!
It's Football at 50, the latest top football story trending this hour, right here with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports.
You guys are hot.
And the iHeart Radio app.
All right, everybody, welcome back in. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910. We are broadcasting live today. Glendale, Twin Peaks is where you can find us. Good crowd on hand. And, of course, we have football tonight. However, today is the day that the most famous call took place by an NFL official during the course of the game. It was back in the late 80s. It was Ben Dreif who was the official. And I'll just play it for you and see if you remember this.
There's a personal foul on number 99 of the defense. After he tackled the quarterback, he's giving them business down there. That's a 15-yard penalty.
He's giving them the business. It's the greatest call of all time.
Who was 99 for the Jets?
That was Klecko.
No, it was Mark Gastineau. Klecko was 93.
93.
Yeah,
okay.
93. And then Marty Lyons, that team, those guys were still together. That was about 80. I'm going to say 1986 or 87.
Was that the sack exchange?
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. That was,
right.
and they were because those guys all came in 79.
Okay.
Because we all came in 1979.
Okay.
And yeah, it was like
great.
Well, you know what? It's a personal place giving them the business down there.
and if you see the clip on TV, he's taking his right arm and like punching the air, showing what he was doing.
What's the official name again?
Ben Dreif.
Is he from Jersey? Yeah, the dude's giving him the business down there. You know what I'm saying? You know, we're going to flag him 15. Can't do that.
Can you play that one more time for us? Because that is the best officiating calls of all time. Here it is, Ben Dreif.
There's a personal foul on number 99 of the defense. After he tackled the quarterback, he's giving them business down there. That's a 15-yard penalty.
Well, number one, the quarterback was Jim Kelly.
It was.
Nowadays, they give the numbers. You know, number 99, something like that. They just say personal foul 99, roughing the quarterback. But, the quarterback, that guy back there, roughing him up a little bit back here and there. So, classic call.
It was awesome. It was awesome. All right, tonight we do indeed have NFL football. It is the Washington Commanders and the Chicago Bears. Chicago on Thursday Night Football at FedEx Field against Washington. Does this blow your skirt up, Manuch? Are you excited for this game?
You know what? It's. I think the Commanders should win this game, but you just never know. I saw some light at the end of the tunnel with Justin Fields at quarterback.
That's fair.
For this team in the Chicago Bears, we saw some progress. We saw that it sounds like the ownership group, Eberflus, said that, hey, the ownership is supporting me. Yeah. That's what do you call it, the kiss of death?
Kiss of death.
So they've got a bye coming up in a couple weeks. If they don't win, and they're going nowhere fast, might see a new offensive coordinator. You could see a new coach in Chicago. I mean, if they're 0-5, 0-6, 0-7, all of a sudden they're 0-8 at the turn, Jimmy.
Yeah.
There could be a change there as well. So for tonight's perspective, the Commanders, I would definitely think should win this football game. I would think.
Okay. One more quick NFL note. Jonathan is back. I just forgot his last name.
Taylor.
Thank you. Jonathan Taylor with the Indianapolis Colts, and I almost said Baltimore Colts. So I'm having a rough time here with this story. But Jonathan Taylor is back working out. Also, Cooper Kupp is out working out with the Los Angeles Rams as well, but I don't think he is going to be playing in this Sunday's game against Philadelphia. All right, that is indeed our football at 50, and it is brought to you by Putting World. You got to check out Putting World. It's open in Scottsdale. Take advantage of unlimited all-day play. It's just $29 Sunday through Thursday and Friday, and Saturdays it is $10 more. Just head to puttingworld.com. Check out all the deals. It is Putting World. All right, time now for our random, useless, did you know? Facts of the day, and it's presented by our Valley Chevy dealers.
Well, some of the top-selling Halloween candies in every state over the past 16 years, Jimmy.
Uh-huh.
I love Halloween candy.
Yeah.
So if they don't show up, I'm eating it. Thanks to Halloween, October is a huge candy month, and almost everyone is going to be buying the candy over the next few weeks, like us. But nobody ever buys the same loot to hand out for trick-or-treaters. Now, here's the top 10 overall, along with the states where it was the top seller. So Reese's Cups, love them. Number one in Florida, Iowa, Kentucky, New Hampshire, and Wyoming. M&M's are number two. So they're number one in California, Kansas, North Carolina, Oregon, Rhode Island, and Vermont. Hot tamales. Oh, I love them bad boys. They're good for indigestion, too,
Not
by
my
the way.
favorite.
Number 1 in Minnesota, New Mexico, North Dakota. Skittles, not a fan.
Now you're talking.
Yeah, number 1 in Bama, Oklahoma, and South Carolina. Sour Patch Kids, when I was 10. Number 1 in Delaware, Illinois, Maine, Nebraska, New York, and Texas. Starburst, yes, I can get addicted to them. Number 1 in Arizona and Maryland, candy corn. They're okay.
Oh, I'm not a candy corn.
Number 1 in our hearts, love that. Basically, number 1 in Utah, Hershey mini bars, love them.
I love those.
Number 1 in Hawaii, Nevada, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, and last but not least, number 10, Snickers. Number 1 in Idaho.
Well, what do they know in Idaho? Nothing. All right. Hey, everybody. The weekend gets kicked off with Twin Peaks, 5 Valley locations, and we're teaming up with Twin Peaks, Blue Moon, and Coors Light to give you a chance to win one of 5 65-inch big screen TVs. Just text PEAKS to 59925. That's PEAKS to 59925. Hour number 2 is on the way. D-Max beat PHNX. Jesse Friedman is going to join us at the top of the hour. He's just getting off the plane from Milwaukee. Also, Pac-12 Network, Yogi Roth. All coming next, everybody, right here from Glendale. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Fox Sports 910.
You can clear.
Hi, this is Dom with Venezia's Pizzeria. We started in 1998 with our original store in Tempe. Fast forward to 2023 with 6 stores across the valley. We've had a lot of fun along the way, including our pizza eating challenge and our appearance on the show Breaking Bad. Thank you to our employees and customers for 25 fantastic years. We have never changed our core ingredients or recipes, and every pizza is made by hand. I'm a proud 1998 ASU alum and the official pizza partner of ASU Athletics. Learn more about our story at venezias.com.
Football on Monday nights continue this season live from the Sportsbook in CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona with Roc, Manuch, Jimmy B, and the rest of the Fox Sports 910 team. Win your share of the cash prizes through our progressive kickoff jackpot contest, quarter squares, football bingo, and propositions contests. It's year 23. Doors open at 3. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B's Monday night tailgate party at Casino, Arizona.
The NFL is back, and your free iHeartRadio app is your home for the NFL Podcast Network with full coverage of all 32 NFL teams. Get in-depth analysis from the pros on around the NFL. Win bragging rights in this year's draft with tips from the NFL Fantasy Football Podcast and more. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
Chief White House correspondent Kristen Welker joins me now.
From across the nation.
What is the #1 issue for you?
To the national stage.
And I welcome you to the final 2020 presidential debate.
When critical votes were counted.
Still too close to call.
And when power was held to account.
Is abuse of power an impeachable offense?
Kristen Welker met the moment. Now she joins Meet the Press as its new moderator.
If it's Sunday, it's Meet the Press.
Sundays on NBC.
This new Wendy's Frosty flavor is way too exciting to keep under wraps. It's a brand new, first-of-its-kind flavor. Get this, pumpkin spice. I know, right? It's so good. It's rich, it's cozy. It's the perfect flavor for some fall Frosty time. Watch, everyone will see it and jump on the bandwagon. Grab a never-before-seen pumpkin spice Frosty or pumpkin spice Frosty cream cold brew today when you choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
Limited time only. Participating U.S. Wendy's. Vanilla Frosty is temporarily unavailable.
When you buy Kroger brand products, you feel like you're winning. That's because they offer proven quality at lower than low prices. In fact, we guarantee that you and your family will love how Kroger brand products taste, or you get your money back. So next time you're shopping for the family, look for delicious Kroger brand products because they'll make you all feel like you're winning. Shop now, in-store, or online. Fries, fresh for everyone.
Gillette Intimate gives guys a gentle and easy shave on there. And around there, and even under there. Don't treat your groin like junk. Respect it with Gillette Intimate, the best a man can get. Buy now.
We got Jesse on the line.
Joe Brown here with Accident Law Group. If you were hurt in an accident, find us on the web at accidentlawgroup.com.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Tomorrow from 10 to 1. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD2 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music. Free never sounded so good.
Cardinals running back Keontae Ingram was seen in pads at today's open portion of practice. The team also signed veteran running back Damian Williams to the practice squad. The Coyotes face the Ducks tonight and Saturday, and that'll put a bow on the preseason. The organization has struck a multi-year broadcast partnership with Scripps Sports after Diamond Sports Group recently requested termination of their broadcast agreement. Games are set to air on ABC 15. The Diamondbacks will have catcher Gabriel Moreno in the lineup for Game 1 of the NLDS against the Dodgers Saturday after a backswing to the head caused him to leave yesterday's game. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Now your chance to win $1,000. Just enter the nationwide keyword GRAND at foxsports910.com. That's GRAND at foxsports910.com.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
We continue to warm up.
All right, coming up in 30 with the regular show open.
99 degrees, plenty of sunshine out there. And then for tonight, mostly clear skies with those overnight lows dipping into the low 70s. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Mucinex Fast Max Kickstart.
Not all coughs are the same. Buy Mucinex DM to get cough and chest congestion relief for 3 times longer than your typical 4-hour cough and chest congestion medicines. With Mucinex DM, it's not cold and flu season, it's always comeback season. Relief with Mucinex DM and nothing lasts longer. Among OTC cough and cold medicines, use as directed.
Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing and is powered by the injury attorneys Lerner and Rowe. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call. That's all. 602-977-190.
You guys are hot.
Always online at lernerandrowe.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. on Fox Sports 910.
Hey, everybody, welcome back in. It is hour number 2, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910, 99.9 FM HD2, and also on the iHeartRadio app. We're hanging out in Glendale today at Twin Peaks. And by the way, football and fireball. It's a match made in heaven. And by heaven, of course, we mean Twin Peaks. So spice things up for your next game day with a shot of your favorite cinnamon whiskey right here at Twin Peaks. And with that, we say good afternoon to Jesse Friedman, Arizona Diamondbacks beat writer, PHNX, and you can follow Jesse at Jesse N. Friedman on X or Twitter. Jesse, it's Jimmy B and Manuch. Have you recovered from last night? That's the first question.
Oh, man. No. I'll just put it simply. I think I was up writing until about 4 in the morning Arizona time last night. So it's been a bit of a long 24, 48 hours for me just on the work side. But for the Diamondbacks, just an incredible 2-game series. Both of these games, comeback wins, games that they were down almost instantly, right from the jump in the first inning. Brandon Pfaadt had a rough first inning. Zach Gallen had a rough first inning. The way that the Diamondbacks were able to bounce back, the way that they literally did not allow the Brewers to score after the second inning in either of these games, just incredible all the way around. And, there were a number of heroes that helped them get there.
Okay, before we get to the heroes, if this was – let's go back in the time machine 2 weeks after the All-Star break, when the Diamondbacks bullpen just basically imploded before the trade deadline. And if I was to tell you in a best 2 out of 3 in a wild card match against the Milwaukee Brewers in Milwaukee that the Arizona Diamondbacks bullpen would not give up a run in a best 2 out of 3 and win that 2 out of 3, would you have me inserted into an assignment somewhere or what?
Something like that. Yeah, I think that sounds about right. It really is unprecedented how the bullpen has been able to turn things around. I wrote about that today. As of September 1st, the Diamondbacks had the 23rd best bullpen in baseball and in terms of ERA, which is obviously not a good number. I think think their team ERA among relievers was 4.68 at that point. It was not a strength of this team. And then they went out in September and had a 2.16 team ERA out of the bullpen. And as you said, the bullpen played a huge role in those two games in Milwaukee, 9 in the third innings, not even allowing a single run in either of those games. And especially in that first one, right? When you only get 2 2/3 from Brandon Pfaadt, a young guy being put on a really big stage in that situation. The way that the bullpen was able to lock things down was incredible. And, a lot of that, as I wrote about today, has to do with Ryan Thompson. It has to do with Andrew Saalfrank, guys who are not part of this team a little more than a month ago at this point. And they have combined given up 1 earned run, and I believe it's 26 2/3 innings since joining this Diamondbacks team. Just incredible from both of those guys.
We're having a conversation with Jesse Friedman, the D-backs beat writer, just got off the plane a little bit ago. He has great work on PHNX. Great writer, and he is on the show with us right now. So let's start first. If you had a chance to talk with Alek Thomas after last night's win when he hit the home run, that dude has been struggling like crazy. Did he give you any information? Has the light gone on? What did he have to say?
Yeah, I think for Alek Thomas, it's just a matter of just kind of staying true to who he is as a hitter and, making sure that in moments of struggle, which, there have certainly been some of those, during the regular season, and he didn't have a hit in the first game of the series, struck out a few times as well. But yeah, I mean, in kind of the same way that Corbin Carroll jump-started the offense in that first game with a big 2-run home run, Alek Thomas did the exact same thing in game 2, getting the Diamondbacks on board, just kind of letting their offense relax maybe a little bit. They had been no hits up to that point in the game by Freddie Peralta. So, yeah, I think it was just, a big turning point in the game, and it allowed the Diamondbacks to, sort of set themselves up the rest of the way to just continue to have better at-bats and score some runs off the Brewers bullpen.
Jesse, it's interesting. You watch that game, and the catalyst just continue to be Corbin Carroll and Ketel Marte. Nice to see the big knock by Christian Walker in the 9th inning of game 1. But, I mean, the usual suspects, it seemed, have got to are doing their job. It's just a matter of the Gurriels and the Walkers and all the other ancillary pieces in this lineup are going to have to kind of pick it up as they head into the Dodger land.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of people have talked about the Dodgers starting rotation, and that's really been decimated by injuries and, the loss of Julio Urias, and that they really are lacking depth in that regard. But you have to remember, I mean, the Dodgers team OPS, I think the 795 in the regular season, second only to the Atlanta Braves. That team can absolutely hit. And, even if their starting pitching is not quite what it's been in the past, they've won 100 games. They won 100 regular season games because of how well they can bang the baseball around the field. And, the Diamondbacks are going to have to be up to that challenge. Both on the quality of the at-bats that they had in that series against Milwaukee, I think they have a chance to do that. If you're able to do what the D-backs did against Corbin Burns and do what they did against Freddie Peralta, those are two really, really good starting pitchers. And, I think it maybe inspires some confidence of this offense for the D-backs, maybe being able to hang with one of the better ones in the game in Los Angeles.
Do you feel that the main reason when you talk about the Dodgers, you talk about their rotation and their bullpen, do you think with the addition of Sewald as the true closer, that roles have been more defined for this bullpen? That's why guys are understanding where they're going in and how they're going to perform. It's just not kind of a throw it up against the wall kind of mentality prior to getting Sewald?
100%. Yeah, absolutely. That's something that both Mike Hazen and Torey Lovello have talked about it at length at this point. Early in the season, the D-backs had some productive relievers. Miguel Castro had a really nice stretch. Scott LaGuff had a really nice stretch. But at the end of the day, they just weren't able to find a consistent arm for that 9th inning. And roles just weren't really defined. Guys just didn't really, have a great feel necessarily for what inning they were going to be used in. And I think Torey Lovello just was kind of in a tough situation where he just didn't really have the arms that he needed, in order to get the Diamondbacks what they needed to win games at the back end of that bullpen. And, Paul Sebald has come in, and it hasn't always been pretty. I believe he still has yet to convert a save in a 1-2-3 inning. So maybe we'll see that at some point during this next series. But he still converted 15 of 17 save opportunities, and by all accounts, it really has allowed everyone else to just sort of fall into a role that they're comfortable with.
All right, Jesse, take me then to the next game, because in sports, it's what have you done for me lately? So now it is on to the Dodgers, and Clayton Kershaw gets the start in Los Angeles. How do you set this series up between the D-backs and Los Angeles?
I think the big thing for the Diamondbacks is that because they were able to finish this Brewers series in 2 games, their starting rotation lines up really well. If you just map it out on paper, they can have Zach Gallen or Merrill Kelly start 4 of these 5 games. They have Merrill Kelly slated to go on Saturday because they didn't need to use him in the Brewers series. Zach Gallen can start game 2. That's not until Monday. And then it just sort of continues on from there. You can have your 2 best starters on the mound in 4 of the 5 games. So, from that perspective, I think this works out about as well as it could for Arizona. The flip side of that is that, Merrill Kelly in particular has not pitched particularly well against the Dodgers in his career. I believe his career ERA is something like 5.5 against the Dodgers. And I don't believe he has a career win against the Dodgers either at this point. So, even if he does get 2 starts in the series, and, he's been one of the D-backs' best guys this year, a lot of what happens is going to depend on, what Merrill Kelly is able to give them, and if he's able to kind of overcome this Dodgers lineup that has had his number for a while.
And Jesse, I will say this: we've been talking about the RISP throughout the season, how bad it's been for this Diamondback bullpen, or runners left on base. Good old LOB. You looked at that game yesterday. They only left 3 on base for the left on base. They were 3 for 5 at runners in scoring position. Should we frame that and moving forward for this Diamondback team, because that's been the Achilles heel, is so many runners left on base. But it's good to see them come through last night and to kind of taper that off.
It was, yeah, it absolutely was big. The D-backs didn't have a ton of traffic on the bases yesterday. I know they had the one big 4-run inning. They kind of broke things open. They did well in sort of having all of their base runners sort of in the same inning lined up next to each other. But yeah, I mean, even in game 1, right, I think the Diamondbacks are 1 for 10 with runners in scoring position. It was just that 2-run double by Christian Walker in the 9th inning that gave them a little bit of extra breathing room. All the other runs were scored via the long ball. So that's certainly, it's without saying, right? It goes without saying that how you perform in those big moments when you have runners on base. That's ultimately what postseason baseball
2 minutes
tends to come down to. And the D-backs took a big step forward in that regard in game 2.
So what does that mean now for you and PHNX.com? Are you guys like having multiple scribes on this beat, or is it just going to be you working till 4 a.m. in the morning again?
Yeah, I don't know if that will change as long as the Diamondbacks are in the postseason. That tends to be how I roll. But yeah, we have had a guy named Patrick Lyons from our sister company out in Denver. He's kind of hopped on and written some stuff as well. But yeah, we do our post-game shows after every game, and I hop on those from the stadium, wherever it may be. And we've got some written content on our website as well. So certainly appreciate everyone following along.
It's great, pal. Thank you. I know you're tired. We appreciate you and short notice for coming on the show, as always. Get a little rest and then we'll be chasing you down again when the series begins.
Guaranteed.
Yes.
All right. Sounds good, guys. Take care.
There you go. That is Jesse Friedman. He's a great follow and a great read. You can follow him on X or Twitter at Jesse N. Friedman, and always at PHNX_sports. Hey, top headlines are always powered by the CAZ Sportsbook at Casino Arizona. You can come in, make your wagers, and talk to a real person. That's right. They have 3 betting windows that are open from 8 until 11 at night. And they have 8 screens that are dedicated to just betting lines. The Sportsbook, it's at the CAZ Sports Bar by the way, it is the new home of the Roc and Manuch Lager brewed by Huss Brewing in Tempe. And by the way, again, two by the ways. Okay, Monday night. It is the 23rd year of Monday Night Tailgate. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. We're hanging out at Casino Arizona, CAZ Sportsbook and Sports Bar. And the game will be the Packers and the Raiders. It's going to be a lot of fun. Doors open at 3 o'clock. All you got to do is show up. You can win cold, hard cash. That's right. Just by watching football at the CAZ Sports Bar. All right, when we come back, the dogs are, well, they're better than my dogs because I've been stinking up the joint here. My dog picks. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Fox Sports 910.
It's an NFL doubleheader. Start your morning with the Saints at the Patriots. Cap your night off with the biggest matchup of the week between the Cowboys and 49ers. Sunday starting at 9:30 on Fox Sports 910. Presented by HornCars.com.
Jenny!
Hey, Jenny!
Jenny, come on in! Steve!
Hey, Steve!
Steve, how you doing?
Meg!
Meg, nice to see you! Hey, Meg!
Arena Sports Grill. Come on out for the sports, off-track betting, incredible food, and friendly faces. The best daily specials in Scottsdale. Arena Sports Grill, 62nd Street in Bell. We know you.
Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino Arizona for Take the Points. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar.
Are you looking for a change in your career path or just looking to get back into the employment market again? Look no further. All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings are in the areas of customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. If you're looking for a challenging yet rewarding opportunity, a great benefits program including 401k program with a generous company match, and a company that is a leader in the industry, apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call All City's HR department at 480-833-7278. All City Towing is Arizona's largest towing transport vehicle storage provider. Locally owned and invested within the communities they service. If you enjoy helping others by providing great customer service, working as a team, and possess great communication skills, All City is for you. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278. That's allcitytowing.com.
See your Valley Chevy dealers today during Chevy's truck season. Every truck has a story. Make yours a strong one. It's Chevy truck season. See your Valley Chevy dealers today.
Get ready for double the fun on the 101. Introducing the Salt River Rewards Program at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort, the Valley's newest and best. With multiple tiers and endless benefits, we've got something for everyone. Don't miss out on the excitement. Salt River Rewards, the Valley's premier player rewards program, now at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort. 2 properties, 1 amazing club, offering limitless fun on the 101. Discover the best in the Valley.
1 minute for a Twin Peaks liner and Who Let the Dogs Out.
Orders are getting warmer and your outfits are getting cozier. The world keeps changing, and so does COVID-19. That's why this season's COVID-19 shots have been updated. They're one of the best ways to help protect yourself against COVID-19. You can get a COVID-19 shot at the same visit as a flu shot if you're due for both, as recommended by the CDC. Talk to your healthcare provider to learn more and schedule at vaccines.gov. And don't forget to get extra cinnamon spice. Sponsored by Pfizer and BioNTech.
In today's Marketers Report, Kate Cronin, Chief Brand Officer.
30 seconds to let the dogs out.
On the speed of audio production.
In this day and age, and particularly at Moderna, where we have new information coming out on a regular basis, being able to feed that information to the audio format makes being nimble and pivoting
you got
easy, and that's what I really like about it.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
It's Thursday, and the guys are live at Twin Peaks Glendale, located at 95th Avenue in Glendale.
You guys are hot.
Today, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. We're here in Glendale at the Twin Peaks. Good crowd already on hand. Don't forget NFL football tonight, and you can watch the game right here at Twin Peaks. All right, time now for the picks that we always do for Underdog, our dogs. Jax, fill us in.
Yeah, so last week was a better week for myself and Manuch. We're finally on the board.
Finally.
I had Ravens +3 on Thursday at the Browns. 2 days later, Deshaun Watson's out. Everyone from the Browns is out.
Yep.
Got on it early. The Ravens won 28-3. Jimmy B, you can't bet against the Irish, my friend.
I can.
Duke +6.
I was going to.
Hold on, Jimmy.
Let me talk, Jimmy. Let me
Please.
talk.
No,
It's
I
my
was going to trip
So
Sam
one
Hartman.
time on the radio
Jimmy.
show, I get to talk. So let me talk.
Let me put this www.com, zipit.com. Thank you. Please.
Anyways,
Thank
Notre
you.
Dame won by 7. Late drive with Sam Hartman. That's an L for Jimmy. And then Manuch on the board. ASU +12.5. ASU did lose, but only by 3. So they did cover that 12.5. So it's a new week, guys. Let's bounce back. All get wins.
I was
for
going to
listeners.
trip Sam Hartman. If I was on the sidelines, I would have tripped him just so I could have covered that
So,
spread.
Jimmy, it's
Yeah.
4th and 19.
I know.
Hartman runs for 20 yards. I mean, I'm going, are you kidding me? And so he came around. They must have dropped 30 yards deep in order for Sam Hartman. He needed an Uber to get 20 yards down the field. What's he run, like a 5.5? I'm like, are you kidding me? And he got it.
Yeah.
And then the third down before, not that one, but the one on the goal line. They missed 10 straight third downs before
Yes.
that one.
Yeah.
That was what made me nervous. But the fourth down, Sam Hartman, they got a good game this weekend against Louisville.
It was interesting because they made comment about the week before in reference to he ran for it, didn't put his shoulders down or head down to get that extra yard. This time, he was not going to be mistaken for not getting the first down. But I'm sitting there like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
How does Duke let them, a quarterback, what's he, 6'5"?
He's a big
No,
kid.
he's 6'3".
Is he? Okay, big kid.
But he's put together.
He's got a little bit more wheels than I thought. But to get that, I mean, talk about embarrassing. And I wonder if I guess that defensive coordinator is still with Duke right now, is he not?
Manuch. Boy, that is tough. All right, then, let's start with our picks as we go for Underdog.
Go ahead, Jimmy.
All right, I'm going to go this time with Kentucky. I'm 1-3. Everybody's 1-3 with the exception of Rock, and he is 0-3, but he's in Italy, so we're not going to bust on him because he had a great trip. He'll be back on Monday. Kentucky is plus 14.5 at Georgia. Guys, the Bulldogs really haven't showed me much. Have they showed you anything at all?
Bulldogs 0-4-1 against the spread.
There
this
you
season.
go. So I am going to jump on Kentucky. I'm going to grab that 14.5, and that is my dog selection.
It's at Georgia, and it's interesting.
It is.
An undefeated Kentucky team, and talk about a good game. I mean, because Georgia's struggled is on the offensive side. So much the defensive side, they've struggled to get their offense going again. A lot of guys left defensive side, but that I thought the same thing, Jimmy. I said, but Georgia, it's a home game.
I know.
But when Georgia gets on a roll, they're downhill. Guys, I'm going to go with Maryland, who's at Ohio State, both undefeated. Maryland's getting 20. I'm going to take Maryland to cover this. I think this is a dog. It's kind of that time of the year when teams are 4-0 or 5-0 or 4-1 and 5-1. Are you a pretender? Or are you a contender?
Right.
So when you're going to go into Ohio State on the road, you're getting 20. You just wonder if they can go ahead and cover that. I'm going to say yes. I might be all wet. That, again, like the Georgia game, Ohio State can win by 30, and Georgia can win by 25 or 30 themselves. But I just think Maryland's got too good of a defense. And you watched in reference to this Ohio State offense struggling at times.
Correct.
So plus 20, that's a lot of juice.
Points. Yeah.
So I'm going to take them as my dog, that being the Maryland Terrapins.
Okay, so my dog, I'm confused on what the sports books know that we do not know. Wazoo is a 3.5-point underdog at UCLA. I get it. UCLA, Chip Kelly, they've got Dante Moore, but I think Wazoo's got more firepower and Cam Ward, very underrated quarterback in all of college football right now.
Fair.
They're comparing him to TCU of last year. I like Wazoo with the points at UCLA.
I don't blame you, but I just let you know that when UCLA went into Utah, they gave up only one offensive touchdown to the Utes.
Correct, but they can't do anything offensively.
They're struggling.
That's the thing.
That's
they're
why I think Cam Ward and
I
their
know.
wide receivers, I take them over what UCLA has.
Okay, fair enough. So there they are. Manuch is writing on his plus 20 with the Maryland Terrapins. I'm going with the plus 14.5 for Kentucky. And Jax is on 3.5 for Washington State. Those indeed are our dog picks here at Twin Peaks. All right, so guys, when you just talk about the Pac-12, and let's just kind of, I don't know if I'm ever going to get used to saying Pac-2.
You talking about you want to pontificate on the Pac-12?
I do.
Soon to be Pac-2?
Pac-2, because I am so disappointed with how the demise arrived with an incompetent director at the helm in Larry Scott for so long, and then George Kliakoff coming in, who knew nothing at all and wanted to do streaming and forgot all about that real TV needs to be in the equation. And just the demise of it, I am still heartbroken, Manuch.
Yeah, and I think when you look at how all the great games are going to be played this week, matter of fact, I want to get into this Colorado-Arizona State game, but we talk about Washington State, UCLA,
3 minutes.
How they are, and Oregon State, Cal, looking at that, and then Arizona and USC. But the one game, guys, I want you to focus on is Colorado is a 4-point favorite over ASU. At ASU, Colorado can score. Problem is they can't stop. And I think with this ASU offense, I think it's great that Trenton Bourguet is starting to feel it. They got shut down their running game last week. Scatterboo got shut down, which was very unusual.
Right.
But that Cal defense is a top-notch Pac-12 defense. I think if there's one thing, and I looked at that and I went -4. Oh, man.
Tempted you, huh?
Yeah, because it's a 3:30 kick. I think it's going to be like 102 at kickoff.
Yep.
That might wear on the Colorado Buffaloes of how that does. But I think when I look at that, the one thing I would probably go is 59.5 is the over-under. I might go with the over because if ASU gets on a roll, Trenton Bourguet, and Colorado's going to get theirs.
They're going to score.
Well, they get their 30, 35, 42.
Yep.
And for Coach Ward, the defensive coordinator at ASU, has got his hands full. But on the offensive side, if Trenton Bourguet can get this offense and running game going, that over-under for me would be more of a pick versus the 4 points that ASU is getting.
What's interesting about this game, too, is, Jimmy, you mentioned the Pac-12 network. The games being on Pac-12 network. And Colorado every single week has not been on the Pac-12 network. They've been on Fox, ESPN. They've been either the number 1 or number 2 top-rated game in all of college football. So now you're kind of thinking Colorado like, hey, we made a great decision going to the Big 12. This is the kind of your one game of the year. You're in the Pac-12 network, but you've seen to fruition the ratings are out of control over there for Colorado.
And of all the games for Colorado played at prime time back east,
yes,
it'll be 6:30 back east.
How do you think the ratings match up with Pac-12 network, though? I mean, does Colorado
they're minuscule.
They won't because nobody can get if you don't have Dish, you'll get it. But if you have DirecTV, you got to go find your local Twin Peaks, your local bar, and you better hope they've got Dish unless you've got Cox. I've got Cox. So I'll get the game.
Do you think it's top 5, top 10?
No,
most
for this week,
for this weekend.
Oh no.
Not even
but it's
close.
But I will say this: it's Coach Prime. After all the other games are on, and people back east of the Mississippi have seen a lot of the big games. Hell, it was in Nebraska. Starts at 9:00 in the morning. In Illinois, no big deal. But I think for eyeballs back east to watch Coach Prime, they're going to tune in if they have access. If they go, well, okay, I got to pull up my Apple streaming if they have that. But if they don't have Cox, I'm just curious how many back east will go to a bar and just make sure they got Dish. If they got DirecTV, how many want to go ahead and make that effort to watch Coach Prime?
It's funny, their next week's game against Stanford at home, ESPN's already grabbed it.
They're
back on ESPN, and then FS1 has the game right after.
I mean, that makes perfect sense. It really does. And I feel bad for ASU from that standpoint because you could have had national eyeballs on your program, and now that's not going to take
That's
place.
the rub right there, Jimmy.
That is.
Of all the games
yes.
for Arizona State to have, if it was ESPN or FS1 or Fox, Coach Prime was coming in town, and you were going to be seen by the entire nation, 7 million, 10 million, and all of a sudden, no knock on Pac-12 Network at all.
Oh, no, they do a great job. You just can't see it.
It's just accessibility on seeing it without having to go on a treasure hunt somewhere to try to find the game.
Well stated, Manuch. What was that again?
A treasure hunt for recruiting at 3:30 in Tempe, Arizona. Cool, balmy, 103 degrees.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man. Hey, speaking of the Pac-12, that's where we're headed next because the color analyst is going to join us, and we will indeed talk Pac-12 football right here, and it is next. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
This is
Clear.
trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
The D-backs projected starters for the first 3 games of the NLDS against the Dodgers are Merrill Kelly for Game 1, Zach Gallen for Game 2, and Brandon Pfaadt for Game 3. The Coyotes face the Ducks tonight and Saturday to wrap up the preseason. The organization has also struck a multi-year broadcast partnership with Scripps Sports after Diamond Sports Group recently requested termination of their broadcast agreement. Games will air on ABC 15. Cardinals running back Keontae Ingram was seen in pads at today's open portion of practice. The team also signed veteran running back Damian Williams to the practice squad. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Got the urge to pick games each week? Thursday, Sunday, even Mondays? Then sign up now for the Twin Peaks Fan Pick'em, courtesy of Blue Moon and Coors Light. It's totally free to play. Head to fanpick'em.com. That's fanpick'em.com.
Escape the scorching heat and get indoors at Putting World's 18-hole putting experience. Stay cool while mastering the greens and having a blast with family and friends. Visit Putting World today.
Sun Devil football returns to Mountain America Stadium to take on the Coach Prime-led Colorado Buffaloes Saturday, October 7th for ASU's Hall of Fame game. An incredible class of Sun Devil legends will be honored at halftime for their induction into the Sun Devil Athletics Hall of Fame, including Phoenix area product and NFL veteran.
We got Yogi on the line.
Get your ASU Colorado tickets today by calling 480-727-0000 or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
Tune in Mondays from 1 to 4 as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcast live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is sports fans' paradise. That's the guys live every Monday from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino,
Yeah, I'll
Arizona.
ask him what games he has.
Signs that you may be in financial trouble. Late mortgage payments, paying bills from your retirement account, or paying one credit card with another. If you're experiencing financial hardship, bankruptcy may be right for you. The credit industry wants you to believe that bankruptcy is bad and will destroy your credit forever, but that's just not true. At Lerner and Rowe Law Group, we'll take the time to carefully examine your situation and develop a plan that is right for you. Call Lerner and Rowe Law Group today for a free consultation.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Sean Forster, managing attorney.
What's up, guys? Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook. # sexy roof status. At State 48 Roofing, we are family owned and operated, born and raised in Arizona. We'd love to give back to our schools and community. Contact us at state48roofing.com.
Heart failure, carpal tunnel syndrome, shortness of breath, stomach issues, lower back pain. How does it all add up? If you have heart failure and any of those seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, it's time to talk with your cardiologist and get the full picture. They may add up to transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy.
He had Arizona and Washington on Saturday last week, and Washington and UCLA coming up Saturday.
That's connectwithyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Gillette Intimate.
Washington and
gives guys a
UCLA.
gentle and easy shave on there. And around there. And even under there.
Yes.
Don't treat your groin like junk. Respect it with Gillette Intimate. The best a man can get. Buy now at a retailer near you.
The fully electric EQS sedan from Mercedes-Benz is innovation on a magnificent scale. Available with the epic 56-inch touch-sensitive Hyperscreen. The vehicle is all electric. The feeling is all Mercedes. Learn more at mbusa.com/EQS.
This is Pac-12 country. And it's 6 points on one play. White the carry, White the cutback, White to the end zone. Time to catch up with one of the experts who you can see and hear on the Pac-12 network. Now let's talk everything Pac-12 on the Roc and Manuch Show on Fox Sports 910.
You guys are hot.
All right, everybody, welcome back in. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910. We're hanging out. Twin Peaks, Glendale is where you can find us. And we're going to talk Pac-12 football because Yogi Roth, analyst for Pac-12 Network, is indeed our guest. He had Washington at U of A last weekend, and this coming Saturday, Washington State at Washington at U of A, and then Washington State at UCLA coming up this weekend. Yogi, it's Jimmy B and Manuch. How are you, pal?
Great. Fired up to talk to you guys. It's hard to believe we're in week 6, but as you guys know, this thing goes fast when it's fun, and it has been a blast thus far.
What's been the theme so far besides Coach Prime, Yogi? I mean, that seems to be the dominant thing, but I mean, you're looking at a lot of great football, and how unfortunate with the demise of the Pac-12.
On every campus I've been to, and I've been to everyone that's leaving for the most part, and not one person has said, God, I'm so excited to get to the Big 12 or the Big 10. And I don't mean that as a shot at either of those leagues. It's just, I think once the dust has settled and you see, A, how good the league is playing, and B, what you have to do in those other leagues in terms of your own production facilities, just kind of money that people didn't really think they would have to spend. That's been the biggest theme is people are bummed. I think on the field, it's just proven true to be, the most talented league in the country with quarterback play, with schemes are being deployed on defense, and the way that the games are shaping up and how competitive they are. I think that's probably been a big storyline as well.
Yogi Roth is our guest. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910 on the right Toyota guest line. Yogi, take me then to what took place last week. You were there. You saw how U of A and Washington went toe-to-toe with each other. The Huskies always seem to struggle in the desert. They did win, but it wasn't easy.
No, they didn't. It was such a fun game to call, too, because it was sold out, family weekend. It was all the things that you know to love when you go to a college environment, especially in Tucson and in such a college town. It was great. And, so unfortunately for Arizona, they started off down, and third quarter you're thinking, they can have a chance here. And they make a little run. And it was fun to watch. And I'll say this for UW. I had a lot of people talk to me after the game and say Michael Penix Jr. made a lot of money after that game because they took away the deep ball. There's only 2 explosive plays the whole game for Washington. They had 39 coming in, which was the most in the country. So he just checked it down. He took what the defense offered him, and I thought played incredibly efficient. I was really impressed by him. And also, I had to say no Fafita.
Yes.
Impressive again. We'll see if I haven't checked this afternoon. Jed Fish said he's starting or not for sure against SC, but he proved that he could play at this level.
It's interesting, Yogi. I want to talk to you about that. I mean, watching this young man is still a line from Rudy. He's 5'0", 100 pounds. I mean, just the delivery, he stands in the pocket. You would never know the guy's barely 5'7", 5'8", wherever he is, but just with his poise, his accuracy, and the way he throws the ball. I mean, I don't foresee any quarterback controversy at U of A, but I got to tell you what, they're in good hands if Delora is not able to answer the bell.
Yeah, they're not afraid to play Noah Fafita. And Jed Fish has said that since he arrived. He said that in every spring game. And then being in his office last Friday, said the same thing to us. He said, I'm not going to change any call. Like, I can't wait to watch him go play. So I think whenever your backup plays at the level that Noah Fafita did, one, of course, you're talking about recruiting. Okay, nice job in evaluation. But then you got to give Jimmy Doherty, Brennan Carroll, and, of course, Jed Fish a ton of credit because he was ready to play. You know how reps are divided in training camp and the season when you're the starter. So I just give Noah a ton of credit. And it didn't start well. Like his first ball came out, probably the worst ball he's thrown in years, just the way it spun. But by the end of that game, and really by the second quarter when he throws that touchdown pass to Jacob Cowing, all of a sudden he's saying, I can play at this level. Let's go. And he found a little comfort zone. And they were playing against what I think is a top 4 team in America. And Arizona's coming. They haven't turned the corner yet, but I think they're close. And I think they have an opportunity to win the game Saturday. I would not be surprised if they went in there and hung with SC for the entirety of the game.
Wow. Okay. Then take me then to ASU and Colorado. We're under the impression that when we laugh about this, it'll be the first 1 to 50 is going to win the game. Buffalo's struggled to stop people. ASU has kind of got their offense going again with Trenton Porgay at quarterback. What do you expect then from ASU and Colorado?
Well, I want to see the offense get going. I think we've seen moments where it's flashed, and you've seen them put real nice drives together, and you've seen quarters of inconsistency too. So I want to see if they can put together their best and most complete game of the season. I just haven't seen that from ASU, even in the opener with the crazy delay that they had due to weather. We just haven't seen that, and I think that's the challenge for any year one coach is can you put together a complete game. It's the same thing for Colorado, right? Oregon, they got rolled first half of the SC, no chance, and then they make this incredible comeback where they start making plays and they start blocking the right spaces and using the right shoulder, like all the things that you kind of coach the basics. That's what I want to see. I want to watch a clean game among these two teams, and if we get that, I think it'll be a fun one. Now, Arizona State's going to have to slow down the explosive passing attack. They're going to have to find a way to put pressure on Shedeur Sanders. I think they can. I don't know if they'll be able to do it all game, though. And that'll be the challenge because Shedeur is a gamer. And then for the Buffs, my biggest question for them is this is the first time, since all of them got there, whether it was in the spring or when Coach Prime or Deion Sanders got the job, that the whole country isn't talking about them.
Yeah.
It's the first week. So how do they handle that? They've proven to handle adversity no problem. They didn't flinch when they met it against SC, and they I think took the medicine after the Oregon game. You want to use that phrase that Dan Lanning often uses.
Yeah.
So I'm not worried about the resolve of this team. I just want to see how good are they, and I think this is the week we get a lot of answers to some unanswered questions in this league.
You think at some point in time, Yogi, that there's got to be a balance, that they don't have to score 50 and give up 38 and win a game. You think at some point the defense is going to kick in and you start to see this offense settle down with all the weapons they have. But when you watch their defense, and they got a phenomenal defensive step, is it because just lack of guys on the field or injuries, or they just haven't gotten to that side of it? They just focus so much on the offense in the spring and prior to the season starting.
For Colorado?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of things. I'll say this. Number one, I think when you build a program, year one is about offense because you got to score, and you want to score because then you become attractive. Look what Jed Fish did in year one with 5 different quarterbacks. They scored, and then all of a sudden players are saying, "Oh, they're just a couple defensive players away, or a couple transfers away." I think that's the right model. I think they'll do the same thing at Arizona State.
3 minutes.
I think the next thing though is this scheme. If you go back and you pull on Charles Kelly's, where he's been taught defense, where he's worked. Same thing at Oregon, right? Same thing. A lot of these schemes coming out of the Nick Saban, Kirby Smart tree. Year one is a challenge a lot of times for those defenses because they ask them a lot, right? It's that match defense where you're passing things off. You have to really communicate, and I think that's just the reality of defense A in college football, but definitely with this scheme. So year one's always going to be a little bit of a challenge. And remember, they got 18 new defensive players after spring football. I don't care who's coaching them or how talented they are. It's just hard when you don't have that many reps, just learning and understanding the scheme, the communication around it. So I think this team will keep getting better as the year goes on. And this is a great opportunity for that. Really, their next 2 weeks against ASU and Stanford, two offenses that are going to be creative.
2 minutes.
They're going to have to play really sound, and we'll find out. We'll find out how real they are. And I can't wait. I think this is a really fun week for that. I think there's storylines all across the league around what is really UCLA on defense? What is Washington State on the road? What is Colorado on the road in this environment? You can kind of go to every game and find one of those types of questions.
Well, I'll tell you right now, I'm envious because all three of us like Washington State. We think the Cougars are like a sleeping giant here, and I know they're ranked in the top 25, but in your estimation, how good are they?
Ted Robinson and I were just talking about it earlier today on his Instagram channel because Ted's a big Instagram live guy now. You got to make sure you let him know.
Oh, wow. It's a big step for a Notre Dame guy, I got to tell you.
Yeah. But what was really fun is that we talked about Washington State. I mean, I would argue they played better than SC. They beat 2 ranked teams.
Yep.
SC hasn't had to do that. So should they be ranked?
1 minute, 1 minute.
They're sitting at 13. And I could care less about the AP poll, but it does drive dialogue and discussion. And I do think that we often bring in prior years and past performances into our biases. And I don't think we should do that for Washington State, to your point. They have a quarterback that's playing at a Heisman level, most attempts in the country without a turnover in Cameron Ward. They've got new receiving core that's more explosive than they were a year ago. This offense under 28-year-old Ben Arbuckle is so fun to watch and break down and study. defensively, they have experience and they have talent, right? Ronstone Jr., Brennan Jackson, as experienced as anybody, 6-year players at defensive end and edge rusher. They have Shaw Smith-Wade, who might be the best corner on the West Coast, guys. Watch him on Saturday against J. Michael Sturdivant and the UCLA receiving corps. He's a beast. So I think they've got all the tools to come in to the Rose Bowl and compete for 4 quarters. And wouldn't be shocked, really, if this game went either way, but wouldn't be shocked if they were undefeated with Arizona coming to town on homecoming next week. Ken and I are going there to Pullman, so we'll have the Cougs back-to-back. And who knows? They might be sitting here 7-0 without a home, which is the saddest part of college football. And you know what bothers me the most, and I know you agree, is I'm just so I don't want to say I'm sick of hearing it because it's good that we hear it. Everybody disagrees with what's happening, but I'm sick of it not changing.
Yeah.
Like we just sit here and say, this sucks. This isn't great. It's not good for the game. But here comes this Big Ten schedule that, I like the Big Ten. I'm not taking a shot at it. The UCLA home schedule for next year isn't going to light anybody up. And the fact that Ohio State's not going to be in the Rose Bowl for 5 years, I'd imagine it wasn't one of the things that the Bruin faithful anticipated when their season tickets are asked to be renewed in a year to play the Big Ten schedule.
Well, before you came on the show, we did have that big that Pac-12 discussion and how heartbroken all three of us are about the demise of the conference. And I'm like you. I really hope that Oregon State and Washington State land someplace good.
Yeah, I don't know what'll happen. To me, I hope they rebuild it and hang on to the logo.
Okay.
Because I really believe that in 5 years, let's be real about it. Like, there's 18 teams in the Big Ten. I mean, we're either going to go to one league with 64 teams and have divisions, or I think there's going to be teams that are playing in the Big 12 or the Big 10 that are going to say, you know what, like, I don't really know about all this. Like, did it really work out? Let's come on back, or let's watch.
Let's attempt a wrap.
West Coast ascend. So there is brand value that we've all seen. So I'd love to see them take a shot at that versus folding into, like, look at Stanford and Cal. They folded into a league that makes no sense that they're in, and they're locked in it for 12 years. I don't think there's one person on either of those campuses that are saying, I hope the ACC survives for 12 years to our next media rights deal. I think they're actually voting, or they're hoping that it falls apart as quickly as possible. Because it's just a home. It's just like a safe haven for them.
Yeah.
So I would hope that Wazoo and Oregon State get whatever they need to hang on to the logo and see what can happen. It's better, in my opinion, than folding into the Big 12 just because they offer you a deal to be a part of a Power 5 league.
That's why we have you on the show for great insight. Thank you, Yogi.
Thank you, Yogi.
Enjoy your game this weekend.
Yeah, can't wait. All right, guys. Later.
There you go. Yogi Roth, Pac-12 Network, and he is driven by All City Towing, and All City Towing continuing to grow with a fleet of new vehicles, and they are hiring. They pay very well, and they have excellent benefits, including a 401k with a 50% match option. It's all available to you. If you're looking for a new gig, just go to allcitytowing.com and search careers. That's allcitytowing.com and search careers. All City Towing. Well, you got to sign up for our Fan Pick'em contest. It's all sponsored by Twin Peaks, Blue Moon, and Coors Light. And you get a chance to hit Fan Pick'em and win a Twin Peaks Man card. And don't forget, buckle up. Brunch is now being served at your local Twin Peaks Lodge. Wake up with the scratch favorites you love and classic brunch drinks that will not break the bank. Contact your favorite lodge for availability and more details. All right, when we come back here at Twin Peaks, we will take caller number 5. That is caller number 5 at 602-260-1991. 9191. What did I say?
19.
Oh, no.
260 9191.
Thank you, Manuch. Thank you, my brother. That, once again, the 5th caller, 602-260-9191. You'll get a chance to play against the Twin Peaks girl, who, by the way, is well-schooled in football. So be ready, kids. Don't forget, get on that line right now. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Clear.
Oh, that's amazing. Thank you so much. We don't think there's any such thing as overcompensating. Win $1,000 in inflation compensation. Listen every hour. Weekdays from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys.
Hey, Arizona, it's your local accident attorney, Kevin Rowe. Results matter, so we want to help you win $1,000. Powered by Lerner and Rowe Accident Attorneys, where we treat you like family. In a wreck, need a check? Call Lerner and Rowe today at 977-1900.
Looking for the perfect destination to perfect your putting? Welcome to Putting World, the ultimate 18-hole indoor putting course designed to delight golf enthusiasts of all levels. Immerse yourself in the art of putting as you navigate our greens. Whether you're a seasoned golfer or a curious beginner, Putting World promises an unforgettable experience for everyone. Swing by today to elevate your golf game to new heights. Visit us at the Scottsdale Promenade or learn more at
We hear you. Give us a second, Manuch.
Whether it's beer and wings with the guys or a steak or ribs with that special someone, Tavern Grill Scottsdale is the place to be. Tavern Grill is now the home of Huss Brewing Company's Roc and Manuch Lager. Tavern Grill Scottsdale at 8880 East Via Linda.
A homeowner just like you.
Hey.
Decides to fix his roof.
Okay.
He backs up his truck, ties one end of the rope to the bumper and the other to himself.
Smart.
He's working on the backside of the roof until...
What? Wait, no.
Yes, Dad was in tow.
Ooh, was he hurt?
A few bruises and his pride.
Save yourself with State 48 Roofing, offering maintenance, repairs, and replacements. Of course, licensed, insured, and bonded. From residential to commercial. State48roofing.com.
Arizona's largest locally owned A-plus BBB rated towing company is All City Towing. They're always looking to add motivated and competitive team members. Do you fit the bill? If so, head on over to allcitytowing.com/careers for more information.
Hi, I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. Recently, Lerner & Rowe was named the second most influential law firm in the United States. Although we have offices in other parts of the country, Glenn and I both live here and raise our families here. We are your local law firm. No other law firm in the state comes close to the experience, reputation, and results.
All right, Manuch, you're just getting the Twin Peaks intro coming back.
And need a check? Call the law firm that can get you the results you need. Call Lerner & Rowe.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
This October, Huss Brewing Co. brings you the ultimate scare. Try a Papago Blueberry Wheat topped off with the rich and creamy goodness of Guinness as they create the ultimate monster, Scary Berry. Ask for it today at your local pub or purchase a 6-pack of Papago Blueberry Wheat and Guinness from your local grocery store to enjoy at your next Monster Mash. Huss
Coming back in 30 with Twin Peaks picks.
Scare responsibly.
Not only does my friend Wayne from Plum Smart Plumbing, Heating, and Air give you the best rates in town at about half the cost of the other guys, he's also giving you the best referral plan ever. For every person you refer to Plum Smart, you can earn 5% of whatever they spend as a credit on your account. You can build up credits over time and use them whenever you want. And the best part, this applies to all future services they get. Go to itsjustplumsmart.com. That's itsjustplumsmart.com, because plumbers and AC guys charge too much.
Are you ready? It's your weekly chance to challenge one of the beautiful girls from Twin Peaks. It's Peaks Picks. The Twin Peaks girls are the essential ingredient to the perfect lodge experience. Each week, our girl next door Twin Peaks contestant takes on a
David
Fox
Zamora.
Sports 910 listener for 3 games. Get the most picks right and win a $25
Cyber
man card
Stitches.
for one of the 4 Valley Twin Peaks locations: Scottsdale, Phoenix, Glendale, and Tempe. Don't forget men's size Coors Light draft specials every Thursday at Twin Peaks.
You guys are hot.
Time for Peaks Picks.
All right, everybody, welcome back. We're hanging out in Glendale at Twin Peaks, and Danny is joining us right now to make the big Twin Peaks picks. How are you, Danny?
I'm doing great. How are you?
We're doing wonderful.
Danny's a veteran here.
She
Yes.
is.
At the Glendale Twin Peaks. We've had her on
Almost 4
3 minutes.
years.
several times.
Good for you. All right, let's get right to the picks. You're going to play against David from Avondale. So, Danny, let us start then with tonight's game. The Chicago Bears playing the Commanders in the nation's capital. Who you got?
I'm definitely going to go with Commanders. Although they beat us against the Cardinals, I have to do Commanders.
All right, let's get David on. David, who you taking?
Commanders also.
Okay, so You guys are going the same way.
All right, we got Colorado and Arizona State University. Danny, women first. Who do you got?
I'm a fan of ASU, but I gotta go Colorado with that one.
Oh, okay. Ooh. All right, David Zamora from Glen Avondale. Who you got?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
2 minutes.
He was not playing too well.
You go Colorado, okay.
Yep, he did too. All right, last game. It'll be the Sunday game here in the Valley. Cincinnati Bengals and the Cardinals. All right, Danny, pressure's on. Give me the winner and a score in the game.
Okay, I'm definitely gonna go Cardinals because go Cardinals, and I'm gonna do about 21, maybe 17.
Okay, all right. And David, what do you got, David?
I got Cincinnati 24-21.
All right, David Cincy 24-21.
Danny, you said 21-17?
Yes.
21-17.
She had
is
Cardinals.
24. David, hey, thanks so much for the phone call. Maybe make sure you give those guys all of your information back.
We got
there.
it here.
But thank you so much for playing. We appreciate it. And if you win, you'll get a $25 man card from Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
Danny, I hope it didn't upset you.
No, as long as he comes and visits me, I'll be great.
That'd be the whole thing.
There you go.
1 minute.
What are some of the great specials you got going on out here?
So on Thursdays, we do have our Naughty Brunette. We got our Coors Light, and we also do have all of our mules on sale. And I cannot forget our specific Blue Moon. So that'll be Thursday specials for sure.
Sounds like a great plan. Once again, it is indeed our Picks, Peaks, and Picks as well. Thank you so much,
Thanks, Danny. Appreciate that.
Told you, girl knows her football. She was on fire. All right, everybody. When we come back,
30.
We do indeed have the assistant head coach and special teams coordinator Charlie Regal coming up at 3:15, and we're going to get into that Cincinnati and Cardinal matchup on Sunday
15.
with Howard Balzer. It's all coming up next, everybody. We are here in Glendale at Twin Peaks. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
All right, I am needing a
Football on Monday.
I'm needing a rejoin for Howard Balzer.
From the Sportsbook in CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona, with Roc, Manuch, Jimmy B, and the rest of the Fox Sports 910 team. Win your share of the cash prizes through our progressive kickoff jackpot contest. Quarter square.
Can I get a rejoin for Howard Balzer, please?
Propositions contest. It's year 23.
Jimmy B,
Doors open at
Manuch.
3. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B's Monday night tailgate party at Casino, Arizona.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here,
all right, I'm going to need a rejoin for Howard Balzer real quick.
All season long. On game day, you never have.
Okay, you guys are back. Fantastic. Whew. Can I get a good level check real quick? Yes, sir. Ready when you are.
Gillette Intimate gives guys a gentle and easy shave on there. And around there. And even under there. Don't treat your groin like junk. Respect it with Gillette Intimate, the best a man can get. Buy now at a retailer near you.
Get unlimited wireless from Boost Infinite. Infinitely better. Learn more at boostinfinite.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Tomorrow from 10 to 1. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD2 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music. Free never sounded so good.
The Oats are getting set to face the Ducks tonight and then on Saturday, and that'll wrap up the preseason. The organization has also struck a multi-year broadcast partnership with Scripps Sports after Diamond Sports Group recently requested termination of their broadcast agreement. Games will air on ABC 15. Cardinals running back
Manuch.
Ingram was seated in pads at today's open portion of practice. The team signed veteran rusher Damian Williams to the practice squad. And the D-backs' projected starters for the first 3 games of the NLDS against the Dodgers are expected to be Merrill Kelly for Game 1, Zach Gallen for Game 2, and Brandon Pfaadt for Game 3. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Now your chance to win $1,000. Just enter the nationwide keyword money at foxsports910.com. That's money at foxsports910.com.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For tonight, look for mostly clear skies with those temperatures dipping down into those low 70s. And then as we head towards the end of the week and into the weekend, some warm temperatures on tap. 103 for your Friday, 100 degrees on your Saturday. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Pfizer and BioNTech. As the world keeps changing, so does COVID-19. That's why this season's COVID-19 shots have been updated. They're designed to help protect against recent variants. Learn more and schedule at vaccines.gov.
Here we go.
Sponsored by Pfizer and BioNTech.
Time for the top local and national stories
Here we go.
of the hour.
Try to stay on the air this time.
Sportsbook at CAC Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona. Bet big on your favorite teams
You're
and
hot.
players in an environment that's as exciting as the game you're watching. There's no better place in the Valley to get in on the action. The Sportsbook at CAC Sports Bar. Now, guys, what's your top story this hour?
Well, I think it's pretty obvious what we're going to be discussing here for a little bit, and it's not tiddlywinks. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910, 99.9 FM HD2, also on the iHeartRadio app. And the Arizona Diamondbacks are in Los Angeles, and they have a date with the Dodgers beginning this weekend, Manuch.
Yeah, Clayton Kershaw taking a bump. It sounds as if right now, I haven't seen anything official, that Merrill Kelly will be taking the ball on Saturday and getting that all going, and a little travel day tomorrow to kind of get things underway, get things settled down.
Yep.
So I think from that particular standpoint, here we go.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, it's anybody's ball game, and the way that this Diamondbacks bullpen has been absolutely nails, no runs given up in the 2 games, which is amazing to how far that this bullpen has come. I really believe that Sewald being the designated closer, and we've heard from so many people that really defined so many of the roles for a lot of the folks. You know, Ginkel's kind of your 8th inning guy, your setup guys, your inning eater guys. But the one thing you just want to remember is the Dodgers have had a few days off. They're going to be rested.
That is true.
Now, that can either go one way or the other way.
Yeah.
I like the Diamondbacks. They're hot. They're coming off, 2 games.
Right.
They've had a day off. They're kind of in the swing of things, pardon the pun. And the Dodgers have been practicing BP. Don't know if they've been doing any kind of inter-squad scrimmages or anything like that. But I like the opportunity for this Diamondback team coming off of ball games, having a couple days rest before they play on Saturday.
Instead of resting as long as the Dodgers have been idle.
Now,
okay.
I you know what? A lot of people say rest is everything, which is true in the National Football League.
Right.
But if you're hot as a baseball team, sometimes you hate that proverbial couple of 2-3 days off.
All right, let me drop this on you then. As a football player, if your team is rolling, you've won 4 or 5 in a row, and the bye week is coming up, do you want that bye week? Or but man, we are cooking. I don't want to stop. Is it the same situation then for baseball?
If you really struggled hard to get into that bye week, to get to that bye week per se, and you that doesn't hurt you. But if you're a team struggling to get into the playoffs, and every game is pretty much a do or die game, you're winning those games, you're happy to, you obviously want to win your division.
Yeah.
But if you make the wild card, you continue on. You're hot. You're playing. You feel it. You feel the momentum. You feel the vibe. You want to continue playing. But if you've struggled to get in and win a division and you're worn out and you're beat up and you're haggard, that bye week is something that is gold for you if you won that division. So rest is always great. But I think some people, you look at things. I look at over the years, you look at Major League Baseball teams that have snuck in the back door. Hell, you look at, I'll go way back to the 69 Mets. When the Cubs, I'm going to go way back.
Mets, yeah.
When the Cubs faded, they literally won. They got in the playoffs the last game of the year. Well, the hell, they were hot. They go in, they win the National League pennant, and then all of a sudden they go in and the favored Orioles that they're taking on, the amazing Mets, right?
Yep.
They catch fire and they win. Well, no matter what scenario you look at, NFL, NBA, doesn't probably happen a lot per se. Major League Baseball probably doesn't happen a lot, but I think of the Boston Red Sox when they got hot and they won the American League pennant, and they took on my St. Louis Cardinals, 2004 to be exact. Cardinals came in, they were cruising. Red Sox, they came in the back door. The Red Sox swept the St. Louis Cardinals.
They did.
To my agony and pain to watch that. You just never know. But to your point, Jimmy, if you're hot and you're feeling it, you want limited amount of time off. But if you're banged up and you've struggled and you've kind of limped into that final game and you won a division and you got that week off, yes, it's sometimes it's good to have that so you rest up and you can get healthy.
I can't wait. I mean, hey, I'm all dialed in for the D-backs. I've been dialed in all season long. Even when they went through that 14-game losing streak after the All-Star break, and we were bemoaning the fact that they went from first place and fell like 4 games behind, and it was just awful. And then all of a sudden, they hit the switch and they got hot again and won 8 or 9 in a row, climbed back in, and then end up being a wild card team.
Well, they had some credit, some cachet, if you will, to be what they were 8 games up.
Yep.
8 games above 500. I think at the turn they were 3 to 4 up in first place, and then all hell broke loose.
Mm-hmm.
But you just knew that that month of July, what a horrible month that was for them, and then going into August, and they somewhat righted the ship somewhat in August. You knew it couldn't get any worse,
right?
Because you had San Francisco, they were making their move. The Rockies were the Rockies. The Padres were going to make a move because they were playing so bad. But the Diamondbacks were just kind of hanging around, and then all of a sudden, there they are now fighting for a wild card spot. And I think they won 8 out of 10 to kind of get them back in the fold for the wild card spot. Their bats came alive. They were cooking. But I think the whole scenario changed as far as making believers out of a lot of people, at least for the time being. When they went into Chicago and swept the Cubbies, who you were trying to get in front of with a wild card, and then here you are the last week of the season, literally losing 5 out of 7, and then you lose 3 in a row, and you're like, oh my gosh. But the Cardinals did you a favor by smoking the Reds.
Yep.
The Cubbies did you a favor by losing. Padres going nowhere fast. But it was all about the Marlins, who came out of nowhere to get into that particular scenario, even though
they got swept by Philly.
But again, the Marlins got hot, and the Diamondbacks are going backwards. So it made it fun and exciting, but I think it's one of those things where I think the Diamondbacks are starting to get back to where they were early on in the season, where we were used to seeing a hot-hitting team, good pitching, and then a good bullpen.
I went to a refreshment stand last night for a little while. Place is packed, and everybody was on the Diamondbacks game. I mean, you thought you were in the stands with the amount of cheering that was going on. I mean, that's what brings the entire state together. It's different than college football. Like in college football, you have factions. Like you have ASU fans and you have U of A fans. But here in Phoenix, the professional sports, everybody is dialed in on the home team.
Here's the how history repeats itself.
Okay.
2017, the one-game wild card. The Diamondbacks beat the Brewers here. Who'd they go play?
Dodgers.
Dodgers swept them.
Yeah.
Best 3 out of 5. Again, you hope that the Diamondbacks can return the favor. And I will say this. I think the encouraging sign is when you guys have like an Alec Thomas to get the bats going. Corbin Carroll, folks, is hitting .571 in the 2 games, 2 for 4 last night. You look at Christian Walker, him coming around. Moreno will be playing on Saturday. We found out that he is slightly concussed, but Cabrera came in and did an outstanding job for him. I think that the Diamondbacks just kind of weathered the storm, guys. They weathered the storm. This is a team that with this bullpen, you're so encouraged because playoffs are all about pitching, more pitching, and fielding.
Okay.
And occasional clutch hits. So I'm just hoping that this Dodger team, who I feel is overachieved, doesn't continue to overachieve from where they were with all the people they had lost. That this Diamondback team can play even though the Dodgers have got the Diamondbacks number this year with so many of the weapons that they have.
All right, so once again, it all gets going on Saturday. A couple of TV things that we wanted to jump onto right now to remind everybody, the Phoenix Suns, as they're preparing for their exhibition season, they've unveiled a new streaming package, and it's exclusive to Arizona residents. It's called Suns Live. It is a new direct-to-customer streaming platform. It'll feature 70 regular season games and all 5 of the preseason games, and you can purchase it by the year or you can get a monthly subscription as well.
I think it's good for a lot of Diamondback fans. They can pretty much watch it.
Suns fans.
They can watch it from wherever, and I think good to see them stepping up with this and just I think a lot of the availability for this Suns team. And I mean, you look at so many of the things that are going to be on Channel 3 and Channel 5, and you reference to that from that standpoint. But with the Yotes and giving them the exposure and the Yotes and giving them the scenario of where to go, where do I find the Coyotes? How am I going to find the Coyotes? I think this is one key right here. Where, from the streaming aspect, and if you can't find it over the channel on the TV channel, at least you've got that opportunity to dial that in.
Channel 15-2 is where the Coyotes are going to play their games, and it will also be available in Tucson as well on a similar Dash channel. So both of these teams that were on Bally's, which is not carrying any games anymore, have found TV homes.
Yeah, and I think that Matt Ishbia, as we talked about, got ahead of it way early and got involved with Channel 3 and Channel 5, who are the same. The bankruptcy judge got in the middle of that initially.
Yeah.
Then he realized, well, Bally's not going to fess up any money. They do it. And then for the Yotes to have a platform or platforms, per se, I think is one of the scenarios. By the way, the Yotes are going to close out the preseason on Saturday against the Ducks in Tucson. They've dropped 4 in a row, Jimmy. And sits at 2-5-0 overall with the preseason. Yeah, folks, they've been playing preseason games the last 2 weeks, whether you know it or not.
Hey, we want to remind everybody to sign up for our annual Fan Pick'em contest. It's powered by Twin Peaks Blue Moon and Coors Light. Just go and make your picks at Fan Pick'em. The best part, it is free. Speaking of Twin Peaks, it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It runs through the month of October. So in support of breast cancer awareness, all Twin Peaks girls will be switching it up with pink plaid every Tuesday and Wednesday this month. So come on out and show your support. By the way, the only local sports gambling show. Put your headset on there, kid, and plug your own show because Jax is on Take the Points.
Yes, I am. Myself, Mike Gross, Mike Bauer. Every single Saturday, we've got Marco D'Angelo on giving his picks, his locks, all the way from Vegas there at Wager Talk. It's a good time. Come hang out with us. We'll talk college football and NFL coming on Saturday.
There you go. And the show runs from 11 until 1. All right, the Sun Devils, big game. Coach Deion Sanders, prime time in Colorado, are going to be in town Saturday. Kickoff around 3:30. Well, ASU Associate Head Coach and Special Teams Coordinator Charlie Regal is going to join us. He is presented by Crest Insurance, and he's going to talk about the upcoming game. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Tomorrow on the drive,
Clear.
Arizona Cardinals can beat the Cincinnati Bengals on Sunday. Are we starting to talk wild card plus a full D-backs Dodgers preview? 6:05 on the drive, Fox Sports 910 and your free iHeartRadio app.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
An accident on the Loop 202 Santan Freeway westbound near Gilbert is now off left. A crash I-17 southbound near 7th Avenue blocks the left lane. And the accident on I-10 westbound near 67th Avenue blocks 3 right lanes. The backup is from 27th Avenue.
This report is sponsored by KFC's new hot and spicy wings. KFC's new hot and spicy wings for $4.99. 8 wings prepped in spicy marinade for a delicious balance of heat and flavor. Get yours for just $4.99. Only at KFC. That's finger licking good.
Upper Crust Pizza Patio and Wine Bar is your home for a variety of homemade, made-to-order pizzas, calzone, pastas, and more. But it's more than great Italian food. It's your home for college and pro football. Watch games all weekend. Plus, enter to win a free big screen TV every month. Upper Crust is the official home of the Ohio State Alumni Club of Phoenix. Upper Crust, on the southeast corner of Cave Creek and the 101, always has incredible daily specials. Pizza and football. A perfect match at Upper Crust Pizza Patio and Wine Bar.
Tune in Mondays from 1 to 4 as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcasts live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is sports fans' paradise. That's the guys, live every Monday from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
You hear it all the time. Lawyers talk about all their experience, many years of experience with insurance companies, and experience in the courtroom. But what they're not talking about is their results. Maybe they don't have any. At Lerner and Rowe, we're proud of our results because that's how we measure our success. We've helped over 150,000 people recover billions of dollars for their injuries, with over $1 billion just in the last 5 years alone. When you want results, call Lerner and Rowe.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Any car dealer in Arizona can compete on price. That's what dealers do, but not many dealers can compete on customer satisfaction. Like Wright Toyota. Make the right choice. Wright Toyota in Scottsdale, just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard, and online at wrighttoyota.com.
Get ready for double the fun on the 101. Introducing the Salt River Rewards Program at Casino, Arizona and Talking Stick Resort, the Valley's newest and best. With multiple tiers and endless benefits, we've got something for everyone. Don't miss out on the excitement. Salt River Rewards, the Valley's premier player rewards program, now at Casino, Arizona and Talking Stick Resort. 2 properties, 1 amazing club, offering limitless fun on the 101. Discover the best in the Valley at saltriverrewards.com.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Babbel. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at babbel.com/TNC.
We're going abroad for the first time in years. To Spain. So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿De dónde eres?
¿De dónde eres? In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish.
Babbel, language for life. And now try Babbel for free by texting radio to 64,000. Text radio to 64,000.
Cardinals running back Keontae Ingram was seen in pads at today's open portion of practice. The team signed veteran rusher Damian Williams to the practice squad. The D-backs will have catcher Gabriel Moreno in the lineup for Game 1 of the NLDS against the Dodgers after a backswing to the head caused him to leave yesterday's game. The Big Ten released the latest version of conference matchups for each team due to the recent additions of Oregon and Washington. I'm Frank Garrity.
This is Super Bowl champion Alfred Williams. Here's what's trending on the iHeart.
By Mercedes-Benz.
Mercedes-Benz EV is extraordinary. It's extra easy. With full remote access to your vehicle from your phone via the Mercedes Me Connect app, the vehicles are all electric. The feeling is all Mercedes. The choice is all yours. Learn more. MBUSA.com/EQ.
Let's talk Sun Devil football. Coach Charlie Regal now on Fox Sports 910 with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Courtesy of the Crest Insurance Group. Combine your home and auto for big savings today. Head to crestins.com.
Welcome back, everybody. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910. We're hanging out in Glendale at Twin Peaks today. We're going to be here till 4 o'clock. Now it's great pleasure. Charlie Regal is going to join us, ASU Assistant Head Coach Special Teams Coordinator, and he is presented by Crest Insurance Group. Crest Insurance Group offers personal, business, and specialty insurance solutions for clients across all markets. Just go to crestons.com. Charlie, Jimmy B, and Manuch, how are you today, pal?
Afternoon, fellas. How we doing?
We're doing wonderful. Let's start first with a quick recap of what took place at Cal from your viewpoint. You guys were in it all the way, just didn't win it.
Yeah, and I think, that was kind of what we expected going into it. I think we expected, two teams that have been playing pretty good defense, and we thought that it was going to be a close game, and it played out, staying there just like we thought it would. We felt like certainly we could, do some things offensively and in the special teams world. Again, there's this, you could probably go and point to 4 or 5 plays over the course of the game that if we could change this or change that, it probably changes the outcome. But, that's not the way the game is played. And, you got to tip your hat to them. At the end of the day, they made more plays than we did. And, they came out victorious, and that's where it's, probably for us the frustrating piece, and certainly year one, but we just don't. If we could just finish the little things, I think that we would have a couple more wins under our belt than we do right now. But we don't, and so we're on to Colorado, and here we go.
And Charlie, that's what I was going to ask him. You look at the USC game, you see the Cal game, you see a lot of good, and I know when you guys get on that grease board, the old grading system, the good, the bad, and I don't say the ugly, just the indifferent. Is the good as you guys progress through the season starting to even out with the bad, or is the bad more than the good? Or kind of give us an evaluation where this team is after the last 2 games from that standpoint of progressing through the year.
Well, I think if you go back Dan, and I think that's just it. I mean, you go back to Fresno State, and that kind of was an anomaly of what happened, the injuries and so forth, right? It's a terrible game. And then how we come out and the kids answered the bell and how they play against USC. And again, we're right there. It's a 1-score game, and we have our opportunities. And again, we don't go and close it. And I think we found ourselves in a very similar situation against Cal. And again, same scenario in the sense that we didn't finish the game. And I think, and I'm trying to be objective, but obviously I'm in this thing knee deep, right? But I think sometimes when you're where we're at and taking over the program and stealing the culture and doing the things that we're doing, some of the early signs or early situations are just that, inexperience, leadership, all of those things come into play where you need guys to step up and be able to close games out. But I think we've continued to get better each week. We just need to put it all together, all 3 phases, and finish the game.
And Charlie, I got to ask you in reference to, me, I'm a little old school in reference to, games and running games. What is the metric or philosophies per se on the 4th down scenarios? You guys were 2 for 5 on the 4th down attempts. What's going into that philosophy, that metric? And I know you'd probably want to have that one back in your own territory. What was it on the 31-yard line where you guys went for? But what is kind of for the fans to understand why so many teams, not only you guys, you see in the NFL, you see in other colleges, and that metric or philosophy is?
Well, I think the thing that you have to talk about there is plain and simple is this, we're going to be aggressive. You know what? And, we're at a 4th and 1 situation there on our own 31. And if we run the ball exactly where we're supposed to, we're going to pick up the yard.
You're not lying. You're doing a pre-tape. Don't lie.
I certainly understand. I think it's, people can sit philosophically. You can go both ways on it. I certainly understand that. But, I think in those situations, you've got 4 downs to get a 1st down. And I think that, and you talk about Coach Dillingham's mentality. I think it depends game to game. We change on based on who we're playing. Where does that, 4th down situation come into play based on the team that we're playing and the things that we think that we can do there. Again, we didn't get it. At the end of the day, it's a bottom line business. You've got to convert. Was it there? Absolutely. I know that people are, well, you didn't get it. So it's frustrating for us, but that is the mentality. Hey, we want to be a little bit more aggressive. And if we can't get a yard or two at certain times, we're probably not going to win the game. Now, again, and on the flip side of that, we weren't punting the ball very well. A punter's going through some things and some injury stuff, and he's not hitting the ball very well. And so, there's a combination of things, I guess, Dan, to answer your question, but we certainly felt like we were going to be able to pick up that yard, and we just didn't get it.
Charlie Regal is our guest on the Wright Toyota guest line. All right, Coach, you talked about being aggressive. You guys are really going to have to be aggressive with the upcoming opponent. Their defense struggles, meaning the Colorado Buffaloes, but their offense puts up points in bunches. Could this game be the first one to 50 who wins?
Give or take.
Well, you know what? I coaches on the defensive side of the ball, I sure as heck hope not. They do have some skill guys that really pop out to you. Their receivers and running backs, they can really run. I think that's the biggest difference that you see with this team in particular, is that they've got a handful of guys that, man, if you let them get loose, that they're going to cause you problems. The quarterback has played well all year, and so we've got to be dialed in on our details and our packages and execute at a very high level defensively. Offensively, we feel like, hey, this is we're at a point in time where we're getting a little bit of continuity, in terms of consistent quarterback play and having guys play consistent snaps. Now, again, we faced some pretty tough injuries. Again, that's part of the game, but that certainly doesn't make it easier in year one when you're going through some of the injury stuff, real or not. I mean, in terms of the outcome of the game, but it's real for us and how you put a game plan together. And I'm a real big believer in consistency makes for, a great product. And it's hard to get that consistency in practice and the reps when you're having to, move guys around like chess pieces. But we feel like, hey, we've got enough in the arsenal that we really do think we can score some points this week. And we think it's going to be a very good game for us to come out and, put a great product on the field in front of a sold out crowd, which is going to be exciting.
Coach, I got to tell you, watching Trenton Bourget settle down in that game, that looked like the Trenton Bourget of last year. He was hitting some shots down the field, some crossing routes. He looked like he got his sea legs back up underneath him and really looked comfortable. And I was really pleased. I missed a couple here and there, but I was really pleased to see him, I think, get back into his groove in last week's game.
Well, and I think that's exactly right. But I think, that goes from he's had a little bit of experience under his belt. It's one thing to do it, and then, he doesn't start in the first couple games, and then how he gets in their third game, gets hurt. Start to build that consistency where now, hey, you know what? I feel comfortable. I'm starting to take those reps. I'm starting to see the game. It's slowing down for me. And I think, to your point, you're starting to see all of that. And I think the more we can get him those reps and get him comfortable, the better off our offense is going to be. And I think we got a chance to put some points on the board and win some football games with him doing that.
About 1 minute left, Coach. Coach Prime, Deion Sanders for Colorado, during his news conference, he referenced Kenny Dillingham, and he talked about if he would have gotten the Florida State job, his first call was to Kenny Dillingham when he was the offensive coordinator at Oregon. And he said, hey, I have the greatest respect for Kenny Dillingham. This is going to be that's high praise, and that's why I find this game also so compelling, the respect between the two coaches.
Well, I think first of all, maybe Coach Dillingham should walk out with a height chain and just get it going. I think it shows to Sun Devil fans and Sun Devil Nation, what we have in our head coach. I think that's what that says to me, is that here's a guy that's done a tremendous job there at Colorado and in such a quick amount of time, and obviously the environment that's been surrounded with CU football. And to say those things about our head coach shows just what we have in Coach Dillingham, and he knows, Coach Prime knows, the mentality that Coach Dillingham has and what he's building and bringing to ASU football. And I think over the course of time, we're going to create that same environment and atmosphere here in Sun Devil Stadium. And I think it's going to be something that everybody's going to look forward to and be proud of it here in the next couple of years.
Sold out crowd at Sun Devil Stadium. It's going to be a lot of fun. It is the Devils and the Buffs. Thank you, Coach, as always.
Thanks, Coach.
Have a great day on Saturday.
Always a pleasure, fellas. Go Devils.
There you go. That is indeed Charlie Regal. He's presented by the Crest Insurance Group. Crest Insurance Group offering personal, business, and special insurance solutions for clients across all markets. Just go to Crestons.com. All right, everybody, when we come back from the commercial timeout, Howard Balzer from PHNX, the Cardinals beat writer, is going to be our guest. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
What's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix?
Cardinals running back Keontae Ingram was upgraded to limited on the updated injury report from yesterday's DNP designation for a neck issue. Linebacker Jonathan Ledbetter was downgraded to a DNP for a finger issue. It's Merrill Kelly and Clayton Kershaw as the pitching matchup in Game 1 of the NLDS between the D-backs and Dodgers Saturday. The Coyotes face the Ducks tonight and Saturday to wrap up the preseason. The organization struck a multi-year broadcast partnership with Scripps Sports after Diamond Sports Group recently requested termination of their broadcast agreement. Games will air on ABC 15. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For tonight, look for mostly clear skies with those temperatures dipping down into those low 70s. And then as we head towards the end of the week and into the weekend, some warm temperatures on tap. 103 for your Friday, 100 degrees on your Saturday. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Parker & Sons.
Parker & Sons, your AC, plumbing, electrical, and even water filtration experts. With Parker & Sons, you get service in minutes, not days. So call 602-2REPAIR for Parker. We're not your average Joe.
Hi, this is Dom with Venezia's Pizzeria. We started in 1998 with our original store in Tempe. Fast forward to 2023 with 6 stores across the valley. We've had a lot of fun along the way, including our pizza eating challenge and our appearance on the show Breaking Bad. Thank you to our employees and customers for 25 fantastic years. We have never changed our core ingredients or recipes, and every pizza is made by hand. I'm a proud 1998 ASU alum and the official pizza partner of ASU Athletics. Learn more about our story at venezias.com.
Got the urge to pick games each week? Thursday, Sunday, even Mondays? Then sign up now for the Twin Peaks Fan Pick'em, courtesy of Blue Moon and Coors Light. It's totally free to play. Head to fanpick'em.com. That's fanpick'em.com.
It's Chevy truck season, and with a Chevy Silverado, there's no such thing as an uphill battle. With a Chevy Silverado, you can take on the mountains, or you can move them. Because with impressive towing capability, an available 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen, and the choice of powerful engines to pick from, whatever your mountain, there's a Silverado with the capability you need. See your Valley Chevy dealers.
Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona for Take the Points. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar.
Looking for the perfect destination to perfect your putting? Welcome to Putting World, the ultimate 18-hole indoor putting course designed to delight golf enthusiasts of all levels. Immerse yourself in the art of putting as you navigate our greens. Whether you're a seasoned golfer or a curious beginner, Putting World promises an unforgettable experience for everyone. Swing by today to elevate your golf game to new heights. Visit us at the Scottsdale Promenade or learn more at puttingworld.com.
Did you know?
I know who Deep Bucket is, okay? Thanks, Manuch.
3 times higher than the flu? Stay up to date with the latest COVID-19 vaccines, just like you do with the flu, because you've got no time for 19.
I'm running the board.
Please consult with your doctor. Brought to you by Moderna.
Gillette Intimate gives you a simple and easy shave on there. And around there. And even under there. Don't treat your groin like junk. Respect it with Gillette Intimate, the best a man can get. Buy now at a retailer near you.
Heart failure, carpal tunnel syndrome, shortness of breath. Stomach issues? Lower back pain? How does it all add up? If you have heart failure and any of those seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, it's time to talk with your cardiologist.
All right, he's there. You're good.
Full picture. They may add up to transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy. ATTR-CM is a rare and underdiagnosed disease. Recognize the signs and discuss them with your doctor soon. Learn more at connectwithyourheart.com. That's connectwithyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
The superbly versatile all-electric EQB from Mercedes-Benz. It's impressively techy and surprisingly roomy, with available seating for up to 7. The vehicle is all electric. The feeling is all Mercedes. Learn more at mbusa.com/EQB.
He's been covering the National Football League for 48 years. He currently works as Arizona Cardinals lead writer for GoPHNX.com. A longtime Hall of Fame voter, Howard Balzer, now on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
All right, everybody, welcome back. We're hanging out here at Twin Peaks in Glendale, and we are going to talk some football with Howard Balzer. And unfortunately, we're going to begin with some heartbreaking news, and that is one of the best linebackers to ever play in the National Football League. He played for the Chicago Bears. Dick Butkus has passed away at the age of 80. Howard, I'll just start with your kind of memories and your conversations that you had with Dick Butkus.
Yeah, it's tough whenever one of the greats of the past is lost, especially Pro Football Hall of Famer, of course, was enshrined in 1979, and just had a few conversations with him over the years. Not that many. I mean, he began his career when I was still a teenager, so I'm not quite that old. But still, the first thing that anyone thinks of that saw him play and, remembers, those days of the NFL were the classic middle linebackers. Mm-hmm. When the NFL glorified hitting hard and they just played all that stuff. Now, of course, it's all about, hey, we got to be safe. But he was from that era, with the Ray Nitschkes and Sam Huff and, guys like that just, were a big part of what the NFL game was back then. So it's always tough when you lose guys, and but he's a big part, obviously, of the history of the NFL and what helped grow this game to where it is now.
Another one that we lost as well too, and I played against a couple times, was Russ Francis, former tight end for the Patriots. When I was in Buffalo, played against him several times, and he's in San Francisco. And I got to tell you what, talking about a guy that somewhat changed the position, you think of Kellen Winslow, you think of Russ Francis, prior to Winslow and I coming out in 79, I mean, as far as running, blocking, being a go-to tight end, he kind of transformed that tight end position as well.
Yeah, he was a part of the beginning of that. And then, of course, it, like you said, it became big time with Kellen Winslow, Ozzie Newsome, and, guys like that, where these days, the quote tight ends are more almost wide receivers than tight ends. And, not that many guys are the great receivers and blockers anymore. But, Russ Francis was both. He was that type of complete tight end. And, a guy who, I was talking to some people who knew him well in the Bay Area, and, said that, he passed the way he always did things. He was kind of a risk taker. He always, did things a little bit out of the norm, and here, passed in a crash of a private plane. So, like I said, always tough when you lose guys, and especially guys. I'll tell you, when you get up a little bit in years, and then you hear someone who passed, let's say like Butkus, like the age of 80, and you go, wow, that's a pretty complete life, 80 years old. And then I start thinking where I am, and I go, gosh, I'm not that far from that.
Sure.
So it's kind of an eye opener in that point. Again, it just shows that you have to cherish every moment that you have.
You're absolutely right about that. Howard Balzer is our guest, and you can read his great material at PHNX. Great stuff. All right, let's go then to the game on Sunday. Right now, the Cincinnati Bengals, 1-3, struggling, and Joe Burrow has come out and stated, I feel the best that I have felt since I started practice, and they are scraping for a road victory. In your estimation, do the Bengals get it, or do the Cardinals find a way to win?
I think it's very possible the Cardinals find a way. And I'll tell you one thing: the betting public feels that, because this game opened as a 7-point line, even after the Bengals had lost by 24 to the Titans on the road. And the Cardinals, of course, game. It was a little out of hand early, but they fought back and then ended up losing by the 19. Opened at 7. It's now like 3 points. So what that shows is a lot of the betting public is betting on the Cardinals. And that's why that line keeps coming down and down and down, because, those who run those sports books, they want bets on both sides. And so this is a big, obviously it's a big game for the Bengals, a team that many thought was Super Bowl caliber. A lot of that is on Joe Burrow. He's had that calf injury that it's taken him a while to get over. Like you said, he says he's the healthiest he's felt in a long time. He does have an injured receiver in T. Higgins, so we'll see if he's able to get back on track. But I think that this Cardinal team, the one thing about them, they are 1-3. Obviously, like the old line, you are what your record says you are. But this is a pretty confident team. They have a lot of belief in themselves. And they're shorthanded in a lot of areas, especially on that defense with some of the injuries that they've had. But I expect them to come out and play a very, very tough game against this team. And so, me, I hate to make predictions, but I think the Cardinals have a heck of a shot of winning this game and sending the Bengals to a very unexpected 1-4 record.
Howard, I think for a lot of us folks, I think the expectations there for a lot of us to see the Cardinals win this game with a downtrodden Cincinnati Bengals team. But in desperate teams at desperate measures, all kind of things can happen. And to that point, when you look back at the Cardinals' last 2 games, especially the 49ers game, and you saw them beat the Cowboys and you lose to the 49ers, what has Jonathan Gannon and his staff figured out or brought to the table after these first 4 games of the season?
I think, guys, and it sounds cliched a little bit, but I think the biggest thing that they've brought is staying the course, keep doing what you're doing. Don't make radical changes and start changing what your plan is or what you want the team to be because you've lost some games. And I think that the players are buying into that. I mean, Gannon, like I said, it sounds like a cliche. He talks about the process all the time. And he said, and the players talk about it also. He says, we are on the right track. They all have that belief. They all have that confidence. And so I think that consistency, that, following the plan is what he and his coaching staff have brought to this team. And it's certainly there to see. I mean, heck, with the offense, I mean, look at the guys that are out there and, putting together an offensive line. And of course, with a quarterback, as we all know the story there with Joshua Dobbs. And this Cardinal team, they haven't had a turnover in the last 3 games. And Josh Dobbs is one of only 3 quarterbacks in the NFL that hasn't thrown an interception. So, they're playing that kind of clean football. And when you do that, you have a chance. That's the main thing. And I think that's what this team believes, in itself. Hollywood Brown has started to make an impact. Michael Wilson, obviously, we have seen. And so I think you go out in this game and, again, don't make mistakes, perhaps be able to force some the other way. And who knows? I mean, they might be able to, to come up with another one. But I'll tell you one thing. Before the season started, I don't know that anyone would have even had any thought in their mind that this would be a game that the Cardinals could possibly win. Not that you think they will, but could possibly win. And I think that shows that the way this team is playing is in the vision of what Jonathan Gannon wants, and he's going to continue along that way no matter what happens on the win-loss side.
It's interesting that you just pointed that out, the progress that this team has made and the opportunity to get a win against a team that, as you referenced, most people thought was going to be a Super Bowl contender. Howard, if you were going to make a choice, I'll give you 15 seconds. Are you going Cardinals all the way, or does Cincinnati pull this one out?
I say the Cardinals are going to have find a way to win. I'll tell you one concern I have, and this will really talk about details going in the weeds. The Cardinals made a change at punter this week, right?
Yep.
And all anybody talks about is it'll be a new punter. Well, it also means it's a new holder for Matt Prater.
Yes.
In the whole kicking operation. So you just hope that something doesn't happen of a negative on what could be a crucial field goal or a crucial kick at some point in the game, because we know how many of the games in this league, are close games. So, but the punter that they signed is, he's had experience the last 2 years with the Saints doing it, but that's a whole lot different than having 3 days of practice and getting out there and, working on where Matt Prater likes the ball on these snaps. So, hopefully that doesn't become a difference in the game. But yeah, I think this is going to be a close game. I really believe that. And what the heck? I'm going to pick the Cardinals to win it.
Okay, fair enough, pal. Thank you. Great stuff as always. Have a good weekend.
You too, guys. Take care.
There you go. Howard Balzer, PHNX. He is their lead NFL football writer covering the Cardinals. All right, when we come back here at Twin Peaks, we will indeed have our football at 50, our Learner and Row 1 call. That's all. And we will update you as well. State 48 Roofing, it's your call question of the day. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 9.
Check this out.
Clear.
Is the herd. You're excited. I'm excited.
With Colin Cowherd.
But if you watch the game, you saw Buffalo push Miami around. And so Josh Allen in the red zone against Miami, it looks like varsity against JV. Miami doesn't have the dudes. They don't have the personnel to stop Josh Allen. He's just better than everybody they have on the defensive side, with or without Vic Fangio.
This is The Herd. Tomorrow at 10. Listen to Fox Sports 910 anywhere on our free iHeartRadio app.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
The transfer ramp from the Loop 202 northbound South Mountain Freeway to westbound I-10 still closed due to a serious accident. And a crash on Loop 101 Hour Freeway westbound near 27th Avenue.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. As the leaves change, leave the hiring to Indeed. Their all-in-one hiring platform helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all from one place. And Indeed's interview tool lets you schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from their website. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
So, it's Shu. Connor's sitting here just making sure I don't burn the place down.
River Rewards Program.
I'm going to go Paul Seawald striking out to clinch.
Best with multiple tiers and endless.
So just cue those when you want. You're getting football at 50 coming back, and then you cue Learner and Row, and then Manuch, you cue the beer.
Rewards Program now at Casino Arizona and Talk Stick Resort. 2 properties, 1 amazing club offering limitless fun on the 101. Discover the best in the valley at saltriverrewards.com.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here,
got it.
Red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. I mean, where else are the scenic views as good as your view of the game? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Sun Devil football returns to Mountain America Stadium to take on the Coach Prime-led Colorado Buffaloes Saturday, October 7th for ASU's Hall of Fame game. An incredible class of Sun Devil legends will be honored at halftime for their induction into the Sun Devil Athletics Hall of Fame, including Phoenix area product and NFL veteran Sean McDonald. Get your ASU Colorado tickets today by calling 480-727-0000 or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
Tune in Mondays from 1 to 4 as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcast live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is sports fans' paradise. That's the guys live every Monday from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Are you looking for a change in your career path or just looking to get back into the employment market again? Look no further. All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings are in the areas of customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. If you're looking for a challenging yet rewarding opportunity, a great benefits program including 401k program with a generous company match, and a company that is a leader in the industry, apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers.
It might be gamesmanship. They don't have to announce the rosters until tomorrow, right?
372.
So they might be trying to figure out who they want on the roster.
Towing transport vehicle storage provider. Locally owned and invested within the communities they service. If you enjoy helping others by providing great customer service, working as a team, and possess great communication,
it would be on 4 days. His normal day of rest would be Sunday.
Online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278. That's allcitytowing.com.
Gillette Intimate gives guys
right, and then you go Kelly again, and then you might go Gallon on short rest if you needed a victory.
And even under there. Don't treat your groin like junk. Respect it with Gillette Intimate, the best a man.
I'm kind of good at this, Jax. Yeah.
A retailer near you.
CEOs you should know.
I do get paid to do that for a living, so I'm glad that I got it right.
Executives across Arizona. Hey,
every time he does something in our Discord, I constantly remind everybody.
You should know Phoenix on your free iHeartRadio app.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety.
I do get paid to make those kind of decisions, so I'm kind of glad that the one panned out.
Form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper, and you can get it online. Go to hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping. If
I hit you with a fifth rounder too. That was pretty nice, right?
Online. To start your free online visit, go to hims.com/joy. That's HIMS.com/JOY.
I know. I'm sorry. You're hot.
It's Football at 50, the latest top football story trending this hour, right here with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeartRadio app.
Welcome back, everybody. We're hanging out here, Twin Peaks, Glendale. Good crowd already on hand, and we have NFL football tonight. It is the Bears and the Commanders as we begin football with 50 with a sad story, the passing of Chicago Bears middle linebacker Dick Butkus.
That's a shame that this game's not in Chicago. It's back in Washington, D.C., but I'm sure there'll be some kind of a silent moment where have you recognizing him. I'm sure that the folks at Amazon Prime are doing all that they can in reference to putting some things together here. But yeah, just very, very sad. What an outstanding individual he was. He was Mr. Chicago. I mean, he when you say linebacker, you say Dick Butkus. I mean, he's the guy that you say over the years and years, and just very unfortunate. And you know, on the timeliness of it all with tonight's game, and it's at all your local Twin Peaks around the valley. You can watch, and I think that gets going here right around 5:15. But again, just very, very sad. And I'm losing Russ Francis a couple days ago as well. Right. One of the top tight ends for the Patriots and for the San Francisco 49ers. His passing as well too. So all that being said, I'm sure they'll have a silent moment, and then a good get to playing football, which I think the Commanders.
You like them tonight?
I like the Commanders in tonight's game. Yeah, I do.
You're not sold on Justin Field and the 3 quarters that he played last weekend?
Yeah, that's the improvement we had.
Okay.
I think that with that front 7 that the Commanders have of getting a lot of pressure on him, getting him uncomfortable off the platform because he has trouble with a lot of reads. He sees them, but he doesn't see them.
Okay.
So I think this front 7, this front 4 specifically, with Sweat out there at the left defensive end. They want him to run. I mean, because they'll try to box him in, and if he runs, fine. But if he starts to beat him with his arm, buyer beware. He can make it happen, but I don't think it's going to be very often at tonight's game.
All right, so we're going with the Commanders then this evening. Jonathan Taylor, the terrific running back for the Colts, back practicing, Manuch.
How about that? He just says, hey, look, I'm healthy. I'm coming back. He didn't really hint as to how long he'd be an Indianapolis Colt. He just says, I'm ready to go. I'm curious to see if they start playing him immediately.
Okay. If
he's ready to go, yeah, you put him in the lineup. When people have asked him, do you expect to be here for a long period of time, he kind of blew it off and just kind of said, well, I'm here. Just put it that way. I'm here for now.
Football at 50 brought to you this hour by our annual Twin Peaks Fan Pick'em, and it's powered by Blue Moon and Coors Light. Just go to Fan Pick'em and make your selections. Now, let's get to what's on tap.
It's the Lerner and Rowe. One call, that's
I got you.
Call of the day. If you're looking for a full-service law firm, just make one call. That's all. 602-977-1900. Lerner and Rowe, voted Arizona's best law firm.
Here comes. Swing and a miss, and that's it. The Arizona
Maybe you might already have something on that.
Division Series as they knock off the Brewers. Paul Sewald closes it out, and the Diamondbacks come into Milwaukee and win 2 straight.
Coming back to you.
And now Arizona will move on and take on the Dodgers.
Thank you to ESPN for that highlight. Sewald shuts the door, Manuch. And that is our Lerner and Rowe 1 call. Interact need to check. Just call 602-977-1900, always at lernerandrow.com, and you get a free consultation as well. Lerner and Rowe, one call, that's all, 602-977-1900. Now, let's get to what's on tap.
All right, Connor, pour me a cold one back there if you don't mind. We got the Bears at the Commanders coming up here at 5:15. That'll be on Amazon Prime. Not a whole heck of a lot as far as that's concerned. If you're a football fan, I hope you have Amazon Prime.
Yep.
If not, come on down here to any of the Five Valley Twin Peaks locations, and you get a chance to see it. They got a plethora of TVs that'll be going on.
3 minutes.
What's on tap? Brought to you by the Roc and Manuch Lager by Huss Brewing Company. Now available at the Tavern Grill in Scottsdale, 88th Street and East Via Linda. Arena Sports Grill on Bell Road and 62nd Street. Upper Crust at Cave Creek in the 101 right there next to the Costco. And in the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona. And by the way, the new Roc and Manuch Amber is coming to BKD's backyard joint at Pecos and McQueen and Chandler. So try it for yourself. That's the Roc and Manuch Lager, and coming soon, the Amber in Huss Brewing Company.
I've had the Roc and Manuch Lager. It's yummy. All right, time now. State 48 roofing results for a free quote, repair, or installation. Head to state48roofing.com. You can always follow them on social media by searching hashtag sexy roof status.
And you can still vote and just go to @Roc and Manuch on Twitter. Who is the MVP of the D-backs Wild Card Series versus the Brewers? Your answers are either Corbin Carroll, Christian Walker, or the bullpen. Again, just go to @Roc and Manuch on Twitter. 72.2%.
Yep.
The way I voted, the bullpen, 22%. Corbin Carroll and Christian Walker, 5.6%. Again, just go to @Roc and Manuch on Twitter and get your vote in.
Manuch, if you would have told me when that series started that the bullpen would not allow a run in 2 of those games, I would have thought that you've already been hitting El Bandito Yankee tequila.
I would ask you, does a snowball have a chance in hell?
Fair enough.
And probably not. I mean, that's the impressive thing. And Seawald has a little bit of mystery behind him when he comes in.
Yeah.
But I just really believe that I think that the roles have been defined. We see Wald as your designated closer to get the saves and for these guys to basically know where they're at. And I think the other thing too, Jimmy, is skipper Troy Lovello said, look, guys, all hands on deck. No excuses. If you got to go back to back to back, so be it. He told that to everybody. I mean, Cabrera comes in yesterday.
1 minute.
For Moreno and does a good job of, okay, next up.
Yeah.
No excuses, nothing about being young or anything like that. I think those are some of the things that the mindset for this team starting Saturday has.
Going to be a lot of fun. D-backs and Dodgers. And as Manuch just referenced, it all begins on Saturday. All right, tomorrow we're in North Scottsdale at Wright Toyota. Tom Candiati, D-backs color analyst, will be our guest.
30.
Fiesta Bowl executive director Eric Moses, along with Kevin Rowe from Lerner and Rowe. Scott Spreitzer will be here with his picks, and
20.
Bengals color analyst Dave Lapham. That's going to be a lot of fun and a terrific show for everybody tomorrow. For Connor, for Jax, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Good night.